Hands it off to Tori Hansen, and Hansen walks it up the floor. The 2009 Player of the Year controls for West Liberty. Charleston's head coach Sherry Wynn won a couple of those, Joe, as we've talked about the two coaches extensively. Laura Mallardy, right wing, open for a three. Mallardy, nothing but net, and she has broken the NCAA Division II record for threes in a single season.
(64-62), 6 seconds remaining in the contest. Jumper inside the lane. Count it for Kylie Howell. Here comes Wheeling Jesuit, trailing by a point, all the way to the basket. Jayla Brown has a shot blocked from behind by Kiara Simpson. Kiki took it out of the air. Great play. Outlet pass up the floor. Hillary Southworth lays it up and in.
Kicks it out to Morgan Bruner. She drives baseline, back out to Olkowski. 4 seconds. Tingle for three. She drills it. Toppers lead by 2. 1.1 left to play. Last gasp for the Lady Toppers. Tingle takes the inbound pass, looking for Brown, lobs it in. Brown puts it up. She shoots and scores, and the Lady Toppers beat Wheeling at the buzzer. We are live from the ASRC for this Mountain East Conference matchup between the Urbana University Lady Blue Knights and your West Liberty University Lady Hill Toppers. This broadcast is brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank, Undos, the IBEW, a special thank you to Dr. and Mrs. Clyde Campbell, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Generations, Main Street Bank, and Bordis and Bordis. Again, thank you for joining us on Topper Station. I am Todd Allum, alongside me Sean Ryan for this Mountain East Conference women's basketball matchup. It's the second time these two teams will meet this season. The Lady Toppers faced off against Urbana earlier in the year on the road at Urbana. Fell that night. Also, Morgan Bruner went down with an injury that night, had to miss the rest of the game, but now she is back healthy, and it is time for the Lady Toppers to try to get some redemption on the Lady Blue Knights tonight. It'll be a good one. The Lady Blue Knights have a lot of good players, but this matchup should be a good one tonight.
It should, and if you remember back to that game, that was also back at the time when West Liberty was going through an extended shooting slump, and when West Liberty's not making baskets, that's when it becomes problematic. Now, the question here becomes, how do you deal with the two-headed monster that Urbana is going to produce inside with Tyra James and Sylvia Hudson? I don't know that West Liberty has people who can take them out of the ball game, but you have to find a way to contain them, or it could be a long night.
Well, we'll take a look at the Mountain East Conference standings, where these two teams stack up. Notre Dame still leading the way at 15-1, 9-1 in conference play. Everybody else after that has at least 4 losses on the season. Glenville State, Concord, Charleston. Round out the top 4, the top 5, Urbana, the Lady Blue Knights. We're playing tonight against the Lady Toppers. They're the 5th team in the conference. The last double-digit win team at 10-6, 6-4 in conference play. The Lady Toppers at 7-9, 3-7, trying to get closer to that 500 mark for the overall portion of this season. Well, we take a look at the matchup between these two teams. Told you about the records. Scoring-wise, very close offensively and defensively, pretty much across the board. You see that Urbana has about a 3-assist advantage per game against the Lady Toppers, but other than that, it is pretty even for everything across the board except for the record. That kind of goes to show you how good this Lady Topper team is. Just had some missteps here and there that cost them some games, but these Lady Toppers could be right in the middle of that pack and into that top 5 if they can get things going here towards the end of the year.
And it goes to show you also how important matchups are. Some teams match up better against others than the guy down the road. Especially you look at the recent schedule for Urbana. You knock off Charleston in overtime, and then you turn around and get blasted by West Virginia State. Now, I didn't see either one of those games, but you would have to think that was a situation where it was just a matchup.
Yep. And for West Liberty, after the holiday break, they went to Concord, at home to Glenville, at home to Fairmont, and then home to Frostburg State. That's, besides Frostburg State, that's kind of a murderer's row in the Mountain East Conference. Fairmont, a huge rival of the Lady Topper, so that just goes hand in hand. Doesn't matter what sports or where they're playing, it's going to be a tough ball game. But between Concord, Glenville, those are two of the top teams in the Mountain East Conference. Not a huge surprise the Lady Toppers would have close games there, but fall to those teams. We take a look at some of the players to watch for tonight. The Lady Blue Knights, Sylvia Hudson, we told you about her a little bit, averaging over 19 points per game, shooting 61%, almost 62% from the field, 50% from behind the arc, and 80% from the line. 8.2 rebounds and also 27 steals on the season. And Tyra James, she's also shooting close to 50% from the field, 32 from behind the arc, 77 from the line, but she's very close to averaging a double-double with 9.3 rebounds and 22.3 points, 23 steals on the season as well for the post player. So again, you called it the two-headed monster. That is absolutely what it is for Urbana University. For the Lady Toppers, Taylor Johnson averaging 16.6 a game, almost 5.5 rebounds, 83 from the line, 26 from behind the arc, and 39, almost 40 from the field. Morgan Bruner, Lady Toppers' leading scorer at 20.6 points per game. She's averaging close to 4 rebounds, leads the country in free throw shooting at 96, almost 97%. Morgan is shooting at 92.5 for her career. She's also number 2 nationally in three-pointers per game with 4.31, and also number 2 in three-pointers made with 69. She also led the nation last year with 108 three-pointers. She's trying to do the same this year, and hopefully she'll be able to and get her name on another plaque and kind of put herself into West Liberty history at winning that award in back-to-back seasons. Well, we had our sideline reporter Isaac Basinger speak with the head coach Kyle Cooper before the broadcast took place. And Isaac, well, what did Coach Cooper have to say?
I was able to catch up with Coach Kyle Cooper before today's game. The Lady Hilltoppers are coming off will close out a 4-game homestand coming into this game. Coach Cooper said to change the result of last game is to have a good start and to execute. He said you definitely don't want to be on the other side of the very difficult team in Urbana. Back over to you, Todd.
Well, thank you, Isaac. And we also had our other sideline reporter, Cub Varner, speak with Andrea McCloskey, the head coach of Urbana University. And Cubby, see what he had to say. Cub, take it away.
Thanks, Todd. I talked to Coach McCloskey, and she told me that really what they worked on this week for West Liberty was the transition. She said they worked real hard on transition defense, and she made the joke saying she turned her team into a track team for this game. I also brought up the three-point shooting abilities from West Liberty, and she said that's always a point of emphasis to shut down, but they worked extra hard because they have so many more shooters on the floor. Back to you.
Thank you, Cub, and that's good insight again. Teams that know the Lady Toppers got a bunch of three-point shooters, something you're going to have to shut down, and Urbana's going to have to do that tonight, and the Lady Toppers are going to have to be on their game from behind the arc if they want to get a victory in this one.
Really, it can't be a situation where West Liberty shoots 29% as it did in the first meeting with Urbana. It's going to be a situation, it looks like, where you're going to want to trade twos for threes. West Liberty, of course, has made a three-pointer in 790 consecutive games, which is a 25-year run. That's one of those crazy numbers that seem to happen in West Liberty's programs all along. But as much as we talk about how much they score and how quickly they get up and down the floor, it comes down to defense with this team. The magic number is 82. The last 2 years, West Liberty is 26-2 when holding teams to 82 or less. When the opponent gets up to 83, 2-17.
Yep. That's all those stats, and again, all the things that make us sound so smart. A big thank you to Don Clegg for all of that information. It makes us look really, really good on air. Well, thank you to Don for that and sports information. Everybody that works with them, Rex Lancaster as well, Christina Hardman as well. We will be right back after this short break. When we return, we will have starters, coaches, and tip-off from the ASRC coming up on Topper Station.
Street Bank mean to you? One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. At Bordus & Bordus, when we see this, we do something about it. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we can get justice when they do.
Bordus & Bordus, fighting for justice.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training,
Here you go, Daddy.
or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
A lifetime of savings starts here. Belmont Savings Bank, focused on your future.
I'll take 2 scoops on a cone. Actually, make that 3 scoops on a cone. Thanks to my free Kasasa checking account at Belmont Savings Bank, Kasasa gives me my hard-earned money back in the form of cash rewards. Go ahead and treat yourself to an extra scoop with Kasasa's free rewards checking. Plus, refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide.
Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Jamie Bordus. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Bordus & Bordus, fighting for justice.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
On today's Restoration Minute, we discuss Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration by the numbers. We have 3 locations, Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. We employ over 150 employees, have 175 specialized vehicles, and have 7,500 pieces of industry-specific equipment. We have worked in 17 states, and our employees work an average of 756,000 hours each year. This has been a Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration Minute.
Welcome back. We take a look at the Urbana Lady Blue Knights starters. We begin with number 2, Sylvia Hudson, a 5'10 senior from Sydney, Ohio. We told you about her in the players to watch. Number 3, Bailey Drawn, a 6-foot sophomore from Beaver Creek, Ohio, averaging 10 points and almost 4 rebounds. Comes from the same neck of the woods as John Alessandro for the Toppers men's team. Number 4, Cami McEldowney, a 5'8 sophomore from Versailles, Ohio, averaging close to 7 points per game. Number 15, Weston Minnick, a 5'11 senior from Centerville, Ohio, averaging 5.5 and 4.5. And then last but not least, number 44, Tyra James, a 6-foot graduate senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, averaging 22 and 9. Their head coach, Andrea McCloskey, 26 and 43 in her 3 seasons at Urbana, 142 and 137 in her 10th year as a collegiate coach. Now for your Lady Hilltoppers, number 3, Liv Belknap, a 5'7 junior from Dover, Ohio, averaging 11.5 points per game. Number 5, Audrey Tingle, the do-it-all point guard, a 5'6 junior from West Lafayette, Ohio, averaging 6.5 points and more than 8.5 rebounds per game. Number 22, Taylor Johnson, a 5'9 senior from Pickerington, Ohio, averaging over 16.5 points and close to 5.5 rebounds per game. Number 24, Jackie Kitts, a 5'9 junior from Erie, Pennsylvania, averaging 4 and 4 per game. And last but not least, number 34, the 5'9 senior from Wheeling, West Virginia, Morgan Bruner, averaging over 20 points and almost 4 rebounds per game. Their head coach, Kyle Cooper, 41 and 35 in his 3rd season as the head coach of the Hilltoppers. Spent more than a decade, or has more than a decade of college coaching experience. He's had stops at WVU, Ohio University, and Wheeling University just down the hill.
First thing you notice when you see these 2 lineups is the height of Urbana. You're looking at 5'10", 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot. West Liberty doesn't have anybody taller than 5'9" in the starting lineup.
James wins that tip over Jackie Kitts straight up to Hudson. That shot is good immediately. 2-0 Urbana early. Tingle brings the ball up the floor. Bounce pass is going to be knocked away by Sylvia Hudson. Possession stays with the Lady Toppers. Lobs it out for Liv Belknap, right side to Taylor Johnson. Now it's Bruner back over to Taylor Johnson. Thought about the straightaway 3. Now it's Tingle with 10 to shoot. She's driving, puts it up with the left, no good. Hits the floor, rebound by McEldowney. Cami dishes this one up for Sylvia Hudson, and the shot falls.
Really poor transition defense that time for West Liberty.
Shot is up, no good. Long rebound taken by Tyra James. Now quickly up for Drawn. Now McEldowney sets things up. James at the top of the key, tries to drive on Johnson. Shot no good. Good defense by Taylor, but the rebound swatted away by James. Kicks it back out for Minnick. Her 3-point shot is good. 7-0 early for Urbana.
Right away you see the power and the strength of James to get that offensive rebound.
Left side for Morgan Bruner, back out to the top of the key. Belknap driving, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Minnick. Head up, launches it for McEldowney. Pass over for Drawn, off the mark. Lady Toppers take it back.
Coach McCloskey was talking to Cub about how West Liberty runs. Right now it's Urbana the one that's getting up and down the floor.
Tingle goes left side for Kitts. Looking around. Goes right side for Johnson. Step back. Dishes it off to the corner for Belknap. Bruner a quick 3. Can't get that one to drop. Minnick the rebound.
There's just nobody underneath for West Liberty to rebound.
Hudson, no good. Tough shot for her. Jackie Kitts was the one to make it a difficult shot behind the back for Tingle. Belknap looking. Back over to Belknap. Deep 3. No good. That was from the U and University on the floor. Tyra James tries to make a move on Taylor Johnson. This one is good. Her first points, 9-0 early. Johnson on the right side. Step back jumper, no good. That is rebounded by McEldowney. She directs traffic. James going to be fouled by Taylor Johnson. That'll be her first, team first. Fodor. And also Corinne Thomas in for the Lady Toppers. Belknap and Bruner get a breather. Inside for James. And it's going to be a block for Jackie Kitts, but possession will stay with Urbana.
Coaches at an early age teach you to just go straight up, and that's exactly what Jackie did.
McEldowney takes it top of the key, tries to drive on Fodor, puts it up, off the glass, no good. James fighting for that rebound with Thomas and Kitts. The Lady Toppers come up with it. Fodor quickly up for Tingle. She runs into Hudson. Could set things up. Johnson to Tingle, top of the key. Now it's Corinne Thomas, the true freshman, finding Taylor Johnson. Step back jumper again. It's good. First points of the ball game for West Liberty.
That's automatic from the elbow.
McEldowney trying to make the move. Picks up the dribble down low to Sylvia Hudson. Knocks down Kitts. Offensive foul called on Hudson. Her first, team first.
Once again, Jackie Kitts. Outsized, but holding her own.
And we were wondering who's gonna be able to match up against that dynamic duo on the low post. Kitts has already blocked a James shot. Forced an offensive foul by Hudson. Can't get that three, though, for Corinne Thomas. Here comes James, head up. Tries to make the move. Shot is good in transition quickly. 11-2, 6:03 left to play in the first. Tingle kicks it back out for Kitts, top of the key for Johnson. Gets double teamed, looking. Finds Kitts, goes baseline. Cross-court pass tipped by Minnick. Possession stays with the Lady Toppers. Bruner back in as she takes the spot of Taylor Johnson. Casey Knippen into the ball game for Sylvia Hudson, number 14. She's a 5'7" freshman from Ottville, Ohio, averaging just over 5 points and almost 3 rebounds per game. Right side open. Bruner, that one falls, cuts it to a 6-point deficit.
Every time that happens, I find myself asking, how in the world is she that open?
Led the nation last year in three-pointers, on her way to doing it again possibly this year. It's got to be big on the scouting report. James again off the glass, and same can be said on that side. Not that she's open, but can anybody stop Tyra James? Kitts turn from three, same spot, no good. James another rebound. Fires it up. 3-point, nope. Puts it up, it's good. Knippen quickly gets a 3-point shot for herself, and Urbana up by 11 with 5:05 left in the first. Tingle driving, puts up the shot, gets past Tyra James and does the job.
Beautiful body control to avoid the contact.
McEldowney will set things up in the half court. Screen set by Minnick. Inside James, but a foul is going to be called on the Lady Toppers, Grace Fodor. It'll be her first, team second, and with that stoppage in play, it'll be a media timeout. Lady Toppers down by 9, 16-7, 4:41 left in the first. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
Main Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back. Urbana University, enrollment of 1,800 students, founded in 1850. Located in beautiful Urbana, Ohio. Team named the Lady Blue Knights in this case. And for the Lady Toppers and West Liberty University, enrollment of 2,526 students. Founded in 1837, located in even more beautiful West Liberty, West Virginia. A team named the Lady Toppers. And I'm going to annoy an awful lot of people that watch our broadcast whenever we play Urbana, because I'm going to say it again. Urbana is the home of the fictional Heisman Trophy winner, Kevin O'Shea, from the movie Little Giants. I'm still trying to find that football field every time we go to Urbana. Still trying to find it.
Todd, more pressing to me than even the score right now is the fact that West Liberty is getting 0 second chances.
A steal here for Tingle. See if she can create one chance off of this. Pass goes to Monica Bragg, her first time into the ball game for the Lady Toppers. Number 23, Grace Fodor finishes at the bucket. Makes it a 7-point ball game, her first points.
Bragg at 5'11", gives the Toppers a little more size along the baseline.
Also in now, Sedera Johnson. She's in, number 0 for Urbana. Her first appearance tonight. James driving on Fodor, a mismatch there in size and height. Shot is good for James.
What are you supposed to do when a post player can take a guard off the dribble that way?
That's a tough matchup for anybody on the Lady Toppers in this one. Shot is up again for Bruner, bounces out.
But again, there's nobody underneath. The rebounds are 12-1 in favor of Urbana.
The drive, Bragg is there, shot is blocked. Tyra James picks up the loose ball, though. She misses another offensive rebound. The shot falls and one coming up for Bailey Drawn.
Can't allow this team to play volleyball around the basket. You have to get your body into somebody.
And they call that on Corinne Thomas, her first, team third. Taylor Johnson, Destiny Hutchison come back into the ball game, or Destiny in for the first time, along with number 1 Grace Falk.
That's what people don't realize. You could have a 6'6" person being guarded by a 5'3" person, and if the 5'3" person gets their rear end into them, they cannot get the rebound.
The Toppers go around the horn. Grace Falk, the true freshman, kicks it back out for the redshirt freshman, Destiny Hutchison. Senior to senior there. As it went from Johnson to Bruner, the junior, Bragg, can't get this one to fall. A foul on Urbana. Give it to Hudson, her second, team second. That will send Monica Bragg to the line. Bragg, a 5'11" junior from Weirton, West Virginia. Averaging 2 and 2. She's battled some injuries the past couple years, year and a half or so. Bragg's first attempt is good. Monica on the season shooting over 66% from the line. Second one good as well. The Lady Toppers cut it to a 10-point deficit. Bragg 2 for 2. James guarded by Monica Bragg, staying with her. Kicks it back out for Drawn. Drawn driving, gets to the low post, puts it up. Grace Falk, though, good defense. It is thrown out of bounds. Last off of Taylor Johnson. A dozen seconds to shoot for the Lady Toppers. Minnick back in as she takes the place of Bailey Drawn. That one off of Sedera Johnson, taken by Destiny Hutchison. Hutchison finds Johnson on the left side, kicks it back out for Grace Falk. Around the horn again, Falk driving from the left side, spins back around top of the key. Taylor Johnson, no good. James gets another rebound. It's up to 9. James from the elbow, the jumper, good. James 10 points, 9 rebounds with 2:35 left in the first quarter. Hutchison back out for Taylor Johnson, another 3, it's good. 23-14, a 9-point ball game, 5 points for Taylor Johnson. Now it's Sedera Johnson driving on Hutchison, shot is good. It's Sedera Johnson's first points in this ball game. Now it's Taylor answering, almost, and it rims out, unbelievable. Minnick now setting things up, looking around. Sedera Johnson down low, a push from Morgan Bruner. That'll be her first.
That was one of the easiest foul calls in the history of the game.
Tingle, Belknap, and Kitts back in as they take the place of Hutchison, Bragg, and Falk. It's the starting lineup back in for the Lady Toppers. James takes the inbound pass. Kitts in her face shot airballed, but they're going to call it Toppers possession. The one lost by Lexi Wright, number 10, a 5'10 sophomore from Forest, Ohio for Urbana. And if that wasn't out on just being out of bounds, that was a definite walk. Bruner's three is good. She's up to 6 points. The Lady Toppers have made it 25-17 with 1:43 left to play in the first. It looks like it'll be just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Lady Toppers coming on.
Going to have to see more of those go in the basket. And one of the things that West Liberty has always been known for on the women's side is attacking the glass as a group. They've got to start doing that. Shots are going up from the outside, and if they're not going in, there are 3 and 4 Urbana defenders there waiting for a rebound, and there's nobody there for West Liberty. They're going to have to start attacking the glass.
Substitutions for Urbana back into the ball game. Number 4, Cami McEldowney, and also in for the first time, number 1, Jada Love.
I mean, you talk about James almost has a double-double here.
Yeah.
How many of those rebounds were there nobody else around her but teammates?
James by herself out rebounding the Lady Toppers 9-1. McEldowney's three off the mark. James the offensive rebound. The putback falls. She's got 12 points.
I hate to beat a dead horse, but you have to put your body in somebody.
Tingle down the floor. Kicks it back out for Jackie Kitts. Around the horn they go. Taylor Johnson left side. Pass inside meant for Morgan Bruner, but Tyra James right there.
They rubbed that pick right there. And the coaching staff of West Liberty is not very happy about it.
60 seconds remaining in the first. It's a 10-point ball game. 27-17. Urbana has the lead. Jada Love. McEldowney back over for Knippen. Morgan Bruner with the steal on the cross-court pass. Finishes in transition. 8 points for Bruner. Lady Toppers have made it an 8-point ball game. 42.9 left to play in the first. A 30-second timeout again by Urbana.
That was just a beautiful read by Morgan. She saw that coming a mile away. Went in and got West Liberty back within single digits.
We've seen the Lady Toppers, the fight in this Lady Topper team before. They've been down and fought back several times. You remember the Fairmont State game just a week ago. Lady Toppers were down and they fought back so many times, but it seemed like Fairmont always had either the answer right when they needed it to kind of stop the run that the Lady Toppers were on, or it was one of those kind of things where Lady Toppers just could not get over the hump against Fairmont.
I think Coach Cooper would tell you, and I definitely agree, it's not a matter of talent.
Oh, no.
That's there. It's an execution issue.
McEldowney around the horn. Jada Love in the corner, puts it up for three, rolls around, no good. Belknap the rebound. Here come the Lady Toppers, pushing the pace. Tingle, head up, looking around. Finds Taylor Johnson on the left side, three-pointer, good again. The Lady Toppers make it 22-27, a 5-point ball game. McEldowney looking, lobs across court to Minnick with 5 seconds left, no good. Gets her own offensive rebound though, the putback no good. Time will run out. And the way this quarter had started, it sure looked like it was going to end with a double-digit lead for Urbana, but it's down to 5. They had a 12-point lead at one point, their largest. Lady Toppers have cut that down. We will be back for the start of the second quarter coming up on Topper Station.
Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. At Bordis & Bordis, when we see this, we do something about it. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we can get justice when they do.
Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
Welcome back. This is the 14th time these two teams have met. West Liberty leads the series 9-4, but Urbana won the last game at Urbana. Lady Toppers trying to avenge that loss. The score of that game was 87-73. Again, Morgan Bruner injured in that ball game, did not return for that game. Belknap all alone and gets the bucket.
She waited there for a second. She turned around and could not believe there was nobody there.
Her first points cuts this lead down to 3. See the Lady Toppers playing a zone.
I really like this.
Now it's Tyra James stuck in the corner. Kicks it back out for Jada Love. Her three-point shot is good. Her first points.
Even if those go in, Todd, you have to force them to do something other than shoot inside. And that'll help with the rebounding as well. It should.
I'll take the percentages after that missed three-point and offensive takeaway, or defensive takeaway for Bruner. Shot no good. Tyra James gets the rebound, but I'll take the percentages with Jada Love shooting threes over Tyra James or Sylvia Hudson in the paint. Urbana looking. They have to go back out to Minnick. But when she gets it to Knippen, McEldowney drills this three from the left side. Back to a 9-point lead just like that. Johnson from Tingle back out for Bruner. Now it's Jackie Kitts, 8.5 left in this opening half. Travel call on Taylor Johnson, a turnover. Urbana takes over. Bailey Drawn back into the ball game, along with Chloe Smith, number 20, making her first appearance in this one for Urbana.
Looks like a 1-3-1 here. Puts a lot of pressure on the one in that situation down low. She has to go baseline to baseline.
It looks like they got Tingle playing that spot. Tyra James cross courts. McEldowney's three again. Good again. McEldowney 2 in a row. A 12-point lead, 36-24. Kitts over to Tingle, into the paint for Taylor Johnson. Lobs it up, no good. Tyra James the rebound. She has her head up. She's flying down the floor. Stops up, looking cross court, but that one's tipped. Tingle comes up with it. Now they call the foul on Bailey Drawn of Urbana. That'll be her first, team first of the second quarter.
That's the 8th turnover, Todd, for the Knights. That's in a big part of keeping West Liberty into this basketball game.
Taylor Johnson, Liv Belknap get a breather as back into the ball game. Senior Grace Fodor and true freshman Corinne Thomas, number 4. Fodor, number 20. Thomas with the ball right now over to Grace Fodor. Fodor driving. Gets the shot blocked from behind by Chloe Smith. 20 guarding 20 there. Now it's 4 guarding 4.
Looks like we're back in man.
McEldowney trying to drive, stops mid-range, a pass James beautifully to Minnick. Cannot get the shot, offensive rebound, and the putback do fall. 5 points for Minnick. Kitts around to Fodor, she goes, baseline, kicks it back out for Morgan Bruner. Her three, good. Morgan with 11 points. It's an 11-point ball game, 38-27, 6:39 left in the second quarter. McEldowney directing traffic, drives now. Chloe Smith into the paint, lobs it up with the hook, no good. Fodor the rebound. Lady Toppers 3-on-2 if they hurry. Corinne Thomas gets it to fall. Her first points, an 8-point ball game.
Big one.
McEldowney will slow things down a little bit here. Almost tipped away. Tingle comes up with possession. They're going to say it's still Urbana possession as she stepped on the line. Good call. Taylor Johnson in for Morgan Bruner. It'll be Minnick to throw this one in with just under 6 minutes remaining in the half. Minnick finds Bailey Drawn. Down low, Jackie Kitts one-on-one with Tyra James. The jumper rims out off the glass, no good. Johnson the rebound.
Not that she can't make that shot, but you'd rather her shoot that than right at the bucket.
Johnson again from three-point land. She's got 11 points, and it's a 5-point ball game again.
Taylor comes into this game less than 30% from three, but boy, she's feeling it tonight.
McEldowney gets a screen set for her by James. Puts up the three with a hand in her face. No good this time on the heat check. Tingle looking. Taylor Johnson puts up the jumper. Good, just two. 38-35. A 3-point ball game with 5:05 left in the half.
You see Kitts is guarding James, and each possession it seems Kitts meets her further and further down the floor.
Kitts again on Tyra James driving, but the foul's going to be called on Jackie Kitts, non-shooting. It'll be her first, team first. With that stoppage in play, it's going to be a media timeout. We will take the break. We return. It'll be the last 4 minutes and 52 seconds of the first half on Topper Station.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity. Part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Welcome back. A 3-point ball game. The Lady Toppers back-to-back-to-back three-pointers to get this one more than just within reach of getting this ball game to a tie or taking the lead before the half. I mean, there's almost 5 minutes left, and this has been a crazy up and down, back and forth, non-stop affair for the first 15 minutes of this ball game. It looks like at times that Urbana is going to run away with a huge blowout victory. Then the Lady Toppers come back and make it look like it's going to be maybe one of the closest games, more exciting games of the Lady Toppers this season.
West Liberty 7 out of 15 from three right now. That'll keep you in a lot of ball games.
Lady Toppers, 8 assists on 13 made shots so far in the first half. It's a stat I know Coach Cooper and Coach Cassie Seth enjoy. Bailey Drawn almost loses this one, dishes it back out for Minnick. Back into the ball game, number 0, Sedera Johnson. Now it's Tyra James, cross court to Bailey Drawn, three-pointer with a hand in her face. It's good. She's got 6 points and a 6-point lead. Around to Corinne Thomas, down to the corner for Audrey Tingle. She steps out, throws it up, no good. This one is rebounded by Knippen, and she'll bring the ball up the floor. Makes a little move, left side of the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Johnson. 4:05 left. Corinne Thomas's three is good. The true freshman has 6 points. It's a 3-point ball game once again. Johnson sets things up for Urbana. That's it over for Knippen. Back to Sedera Johnson. Ball's loose. She's on the floor. Knippen gets it back. Down low to Tyra James. Hand in her face from Jackie Kitts. Here comes Fodor back out for Johnson. Her three is good. She's got 5 points. Urbana now unable to miss from behind the arc. Corinne Thomas to the corner. Grace Fodor trying to answer. Can't do it. It is rebounded by Knippen. She brings it up again. Cross court. Finds Sedera Johnson. She drives on Tingle. Tingle gets a block on that, get a hand on the basketball. Here comes Taylor Johnson. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Johnson spinning in the lane, kicks it back out for Grace Fodor in the corner. Now they're going to call a travel on Grace Fodor. It'll be Bragg and Belknap back in as they take the place of Jackie Kitts and Grace Fodor. Just under 3 minutes remaining, a 6-point ball game. 3 minutes in the first half. Screen set by Lexi Wright. Now it's Tyra James driving.
Boy, I don't know where that hand check was. I didn't see it at all.
They call this on Monica Bragg. That'll be her first. Her team's second. Non-shooting foul. Bragg knocks this one off. Thought it might have gone off of James, but they're going to say possession stays with Urbana. Urbana looking, lobs it in. Bailey Drawn thought about the straightaway three. Now she drives, lobs it up, no good. Fighting for that rebound was Monica Bragg. They say last off of Bragg, possession stays with Urbana. They put 20 back on the shot clock. Inside for Tyra James. Bragg knocks it loose, but James gets it back. Driving. Shot no good. Bragg right there the whole time. Taylor makes a nice little move. Throws it up. Good. And one coming up for Taylor Johnson.
I'm telling you what, this is high quality basketball right now.
They call the foul on Knippen, her first, team second. Both teams with 2 team fouls, 2:22 left to play in this second quarter. That's a lot of twos and 22, shooting at least one, just one free throw. It's good on the and one, makes it a 3-point ball game. Johnson with 16 points, 44-41. Sadara Johnson finds Tyra James at the line, puts up the jumper, no good, too long. Taylor Johnson with the rebound. Belknap bobbles it, gets it back. She's going to be fouled. And they call this on Bailey Drawn. That'll be her second, team third. That'll be Liv Belknap to shoot 2. Minnick back into the ball game. She takes the place of Bailey Drawn. That one spins around for Belknap and good. She's up to 3 points. And if she can make the next one, she'll make it a 1-point ball game. Cannot get the second one. It stays 44-42, just under 2 minutes left in this first half. Sadara Johnson getting around the screen. Tingle forces the missed shot. Quickly up for Taylor Johnson. Cross court, Belknap, Bruner. 3-point shot is no good, a little short, but it was Bragg fighting for that rebound. They say last off of West Liberty. And Urbana takes back possession. And number 21, Alyssa Garbarich, into the ball game for Urbana the first time. Takes the place of Casey Knippen. 90 seconds remain in the opening half. James, top of the key. Lexi Wright's a 3-point shot. It's good. Her first points, and extends that lead back to 5. Now it's Bragg back for Belknap and Johnson. She puts up the 3, too long. Bragg fighting for that, but Lexi Wright comes up with it. There's Sadara Johnson. Minnick driving. Blocked by Taylor Johnson. Right to Morgan Bruner. Here comes Tingle.
Look for the secondary break here.
Johnson from Belknap in the corner, no good. Minnick the rebound. 50 seconds remain. Tyra James will slow things down. There's about a 12-second difference. I'm sorry, a 22-second difference between shot and game clock. Lexi Wright, good, and one coming up. She's got 5 points. We'll try to make it 6. And Urbana now leads 49-42 with 31 left in this opening half. The second foul on Bragg. Thomas in for Bragg. Right, no good on that. Bruner the rebound. There's a 1 second difference between shot and game clock. I'd assume Coach Cooper's telling his team hang on to this one. We'll get the final shot of the first half. Countdown is on from the Lady Topper bench. Bruner comes up with it, top of the key, finds Taylor Johnson. Back to Bruner, screen set, three-pointer, no good. And that will be the end of the first half. 49-42, Urbana with the lead, and again, the way this one started out, it looked like it was going to be a blowout. So many times Lady Toppers have come back and made this close.
Incredibly impressed with the guts of West Liberty, because as you mentioned, it looked early that they were going to be outclassed, and they have fought and clawed, and look out in the second half.
We've got Coach Kyle Cooper along with Isaac Basinger. Isaac, take it away.
Coach, a lot of energy in the first half. What are your thoughts about it?
I just thought we got off to a slow start, and a team that's as talented as they are. I mean, James is a big time player, and we let her be comfortable early. She saw the ball go through, and unfortunately for us, they got up early, so now we're playing uphill. But I thought our ability to come back and start throwing punches in this fight was huge. So I'm proud of our reaction. I'm proud of the way that we're playing now, but we got to clean up other things now that are starting to hurt us. But we're going to keep fighting, and I'm proud of our fight right now.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Coach Cooper. And again, I don't know if I could have said it better myself. The way the ladies Toppers came back and, like he said, punched back in this fight, the counter punch. They were doing it quite a bit and looking like Rocky Balboa early on there against Clubber Lang. But they're starting to come back and letting Urbana know, just like Rocky did, you're not so bad. And we'll see what happens here in the final 20 minutes of this ball game in the second half. But thoroughly impressed the way the Lady Toppers have not stopped fighting.
I look for West Liberty to further make a move here in the second half for a couple reasons. Number one, they've shown over and over, including in this game, that they're not just going to lay down without a fight. And secondly, you look at Urbana's three-point shooting throughout this season. Yeah. They're 8 of 11 right now, playing way above their head in that area. You wouldn't think that that's going to continue over the course of a 40-minute game.
Well, we'll see what happens when we come back from the break. We'll have some highlights and stats from you from that first half when we return on Topper Station.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world. Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out, because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship. I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the alumni association. So I go to football games, some basketball games, any other different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or different things for the alumni association with what we should draw in towards athletics. I want to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team. The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home. I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go. I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletic program would be fine for me. I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the Creative Art Therapy program at West Lib. So now I'm heading to my Creative Art Therapy Assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of the scribble drawing for our therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything, and the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head. This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned. The Creative Arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go?
Somewhere in the middle. So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates. There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from West Lib. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future. I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy. So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with. I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do. And I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with. Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now. West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes. West Liberty is certainly preparing me for the future and giving me a solid foundation to work on when I extend my education down the road. So hopefully that gave you some insight as to what it is to be a creative art therapy major at West Lib. So if you have any questions, go online and check us out.
Hi, my name's Allison Gemberling and I'm a pre-vet major, and today I'm going to show you what this major is all about. So now we're going to head into organic chemistry lab. The pre-vet program is to prepare you to go to vet school, so it has a lot of classes in understanding how the animal's body functions, learning about behaviors for that animal, and it's just very in-depth, and it also encourages you to go get experience elsewhere so that you are familiar with animals. The labs are also really hands-on, especially with organic chemistry. You get to do the experiments yourself, understand how the different chemicals work with each other. And then for animal experience, there's a lot of classes where you get to work hands-on with specific types of animals like birds, reptiles, mammals. So today we're going to my ornithology lab here at the Be Good Zoo. So we're making chicken candy today, and then we're gonna go out and give it to the chickens and see what they do with it. I chose a pre-vet major because I would like to go to vet school and hopefully work on becoming a veterinarian. So this program is definitely helpful in preparing me for vet school and helping me get into vet school with a lot of the different experience opportunities. As you continue in the major, especially your junior and senior year, there's classes like genetics, microbiology, parasitology. Not all are necessarily requirements to get into vet school, but it definitely makes you a better candidate, makes you look better, and it definitely makes you more knowledgeable going into vet school. You know a little bit more than everybody else. We're gonna go give enrichment to the chickens now. As for hands-on experience, I'm also a double major in zoo science, and West Liberty has a partnership with the Be Good Zoo, which is AZA accredited. So I get a lot of experience hands-on with animals there, which is really good experience for vet school because they like to know that you are familiar with exotics and know about zoo animals. I definitely have an interest in working with large animals, especially in a zoo setting. So having the Be Good Zoo here is really helpful for me gaining experience and understanding those animals. And I'm also in concert band, and I'm heading to practice right now with my friend Jordan. I'm also involved in the band here at West Liberty. The band is just
Welcome back. It is still halftime here at the ASRC. It is 49-42 in favor of the Urbana Blue Knights. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from that first half. We go with the first points of the game for the Lady Toppers. Taylor Johnson made it 9-2 early on, and Morgan Bruner's three-pointer made it 25-17. Bruner a steal, and the layup for the Lady Toppers made it 27-19, and Bruner another three-point shot, 38-27. Lady Toppers coming back. Corinne Thomas, the true freshman, 38-30 after that one. And Taylor Johnson again made it 38-33. You see the score here, 49-42. We take a look at some of the halftime stats. Told you the score, Lady Toppers shooting 41, almost 42%. Urbana at 46.5. And behind the three-point arc, Urbana 8 of 11 for 72%, almost 73. The Lady Toppers 8 of 21. And free throws, 80% for the Lady Toppers, 4 of 5, just 1 of 2 for Urbana. But the big one there, the rebounds, 32 rebounds in that first half to 13 for the Lady Toppers, and tied in assists. But it's going to be fun to see what happens here in that the second half. That first half was a lot of fun. The back and forth play, and the Lady Toppers coming on strong. Some of the individual stats we'll take a look at. Leading in points, Taylor Johnson, 16. Tingle with 5 assists. Taylor again with 4 rebounds leading that category. Also Morgan Bruner with 11 points in that first half. And for Urbana, it's been all Tyra James, 12 points, 12 rebounds, already the double-double, and just 4 assists away from a triple-double in this ball game. And it's going to be, again, a fun second half. That first half was extremely entertaining. And, Sean, what can we really look forward to here in the second?
Just continued fight out of West Liberty. Got down in the hole early, and then were able to dig themselves back out, mainly on the defensive end. You look at the turnovers. Urbana has 9 assists to 8 turnovers. That's not a very good ratio there. On the other end, assists 9 to 3 turnovers for West Liberty. And again, you would be shocked if Urbana continued to shoot this well from behind the arc. And if you continue to play this defense and they do continue to shoot that well, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens. Again, like you said, some of the three-point shots that Urbana made, not entirely expected. Even some of the players making them, not entirely expected. But again, some of the things the Lady Toppers did in that first half, the way they came back, some other teams and people from other programs may not have expected that from the Lady Toppers. But here we are. It's a 7-point ball game, and we'll see if the Lady Toppers can cut down that lead just like they did at the beginning of the second quarter. Here's a steal. Taylor Johnson with her head up, taking a look. Finds Jackie Kitts. Back out for Bruner. Her 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Sylvia Hudson. Steal here again. Taylor Johnson. Can't get a handle on that ball. Finally does. It's Audrey Tingle. Baseline driving. And it was kicked out of bounds by Minnick.
I don't think Audrey expected to come around that defender and be wide open. She had a wide open layup and did not take it.
Now she's looking. Finds Jackie Kitts around for Liv Belknap. Taylor Johnson looking for somewhere to go. Back around the horn they go. Tingle into the paint. Travel call on Audrey Tingle. No argument from anybody right in front of the West Liberty bench. Lady Topper starting lineup is out there.
But that's big too, Todd. Urbana opens the second half with 2 straight turnovers, and you can't make it hurt. I mean, you don't get any points out of it.
Hudson, the fadeaway, good. Sylvia Hudson, 6 points.
And that's something we didn't talk about. She had 2 early fouls. She sat out the most of the first half. Now you have to deal with her as well.
Tingle, top of the key. Belknap around a steal here for Bailey Drawn. She's got Tyra James with her. Drawn going to keep it herself. Off the glass, no good. James, the putback after the rebound, no good. Morgan Bruner comes up with it. James gets rid of the headband as she comes back down the floor in defense. Kitts goes baseline, kicks it back out to Morgan Bruner. Bruner's 3, good. She's got 14, and the Lady Toppers have made it a 6-point ball game, 51-45, 8:20 left in the third.
Good patience at possession. Could have taken a couple different shots that maybe weren't the best shots, and they waited to get the good one.
Drawn. Just this one for Tyra James, guarded by Kitts. Puts up the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Johnson.
That's just perfect defense.
Johnson now with 5 rebounds. She drives, lays it up, no good. James the rebound. Gonna try to get around Kitts, get some help from Tingle, back out. McEldowney's 3 is good. She's got 9 points. It's a 9-point ball game. Tingle gets this one off the glass. Her second bucket. Now possession goes to the Lady Toppers as that one goes out of bounds. Corinne Thomas and Grace Voder in for Morgan Bruner. And Taylor Johnson. It's back to a 7-point ball game, 7:25 left in the third. Thomas top of the key, off the mark, but Belknap cleans it up. Thomas going to be called for the travel. Again, right in front of the Topper bench. No protest to that call. McEldowney slowing things down in the half court. Waiting for Tyra James to come out, gets it to her. Drives on Kitts, puts it up off the glass, no good, but the foul on Jackie Kitts. That'll be her second, team first.
You see these numbers that Tyra James is putting up tonight. And the thing about it is Jackie Kitts has defended her very well.
Yes.
She has battled her post to post, and still she's able to do what she's doing.
Jackie Kitts had a couple blocks, I think, or just one block in that first half. Tingle had 2. Lady Toppers as a whole had 5 blocks in the first half. A couple of them were against Tyra James. Corinne Thomas gets to the elbow, dishes it off. Now it's Belknap's turn. She drives. Puts it up. They're going to say possession stays with the Lady Toppers. I believe they wanted a whistle on that and didn't get one. The crowd here as well wanted one. Tingle finds Belknap, pump fakes, puts it up. A little bit of contact. Sylvia Hudson takes the loose ball. McEldowney, left side for Minnick. Tries to make a move, goes down low for Sylvia Hudson. Belknap there, shot no good. Rebounded by Kitts. Audrey Tingle finds Corinne Thomas. Thomas back to Tingle. Off the glass and good. Tingle now with 6 points. A 7-point ball game.
Head up looking for the open person, that time by the freshman Thomas.
And we've mentioned it so many times. Corinne Thomas, daughter of a coach. Those things probably just ingrained to her since she was born. Sylvia Hudson down low, shot off the glass and it falls. Hudson now with 8, keeps it at a 9-point game. Tingle into the paint. Backing down McEldowney. Shot for Foder, no good. Now a whistle. Gonna call the foul on Cammie McEldowney, her first, team first for Urbana. Lobbed out for Kitts. Belknap's 3 off the mark. Tyra James a long rebound. She pushes the pace. That one is good. 16 points now for Tyra James, an 11-point lead. 5:25 left in the third. Nice cut by Belknap. Can't get it to fall, but she is fouled by Tyra James, her first, team second in the third quarter. Belknap 1 of 2 from the line tonight. First one good for Liv. Makes it a 10-point game. 4 points now for Belknap.
West Liberty has been able to just keep it within striking distance.
2 for 2 on that one for Belknap. She's got 5, 9-point game. McEldowney wanted to go to her left, goes back right. Dishes this one off. Now it's Tyra James from the elbow, no good. Rebound comes out for Jackie Kitts. Foul going to be called on Tyra James. Back-to-back possessions. 2 quick fouls.
West Liberty's bench has started to buy some of these calls. They felt like James is getting away with a lot on the offensive end, both with the elbow and hooking defenders behind her.
Under 5 left in the third. Belknap gets to the elbow, pass it to her. A cutting Thoder comes up with the ball, launches this one, and it goes right to McEldowney of Urbana. Lobbed up for Bailey Drawn. This one tipped away by Kitts. Sylvia Hudson trying to fight for it and gets it. Now it's loose. They're going to call the foul on Corinne Thomas. That'll be her second, team second.
I was wondering when they were going to blow the whistle. There were about 3 or 4 opportunities there that looked like West Liberty committed a foul.
Well, it looks like Morgan Bruner and Taylor Johnson are set to come back in after the break. Media timeout. We will take it. Monica Bragg set to come back in as well. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
Lifetime of saving starts here. Belmont Savings Bank, focused on your future.
Welcome back. Sports broadcast major here at West Liberty University. You can be on the broadcast program, or you can also be on the student crew here for Topper Station. You do not have to be a broadcast major to be on the crew. We've got a lot of people that do this. Maria Murphy running a camera for us tonight, not a broadcast major, but you can join the crew. It's open to, like I said, all majors. There are scholarships, work studies available. More information at westliberty.edu/arts and communication. But there's a lot of opportunity here. We've got Isaac Basinger going to be calling the game for the men's just here in a little bit, doing the play-by-play. Cubby Varner on air as well. But there's a lot of fun stuff behind the scenes in the truck running cameras. And you'd be surprised, we've got a new wireless camera that we do for floor cam, and boy, the kids kind of fight over who gets to use that. They enjoy it so much. Called a foul on Monica Bragg of the Toppers, her third, team third. Both teams with 3 team fouls now. Bounce pass from Minnick, no good. Johnson gets the rebound for the Lady Toppers. 4.5 left in the third. Bruner to Bragg in the corner, back out. Belknap to Tingle. Now it's Johnson on the right side. Looking. Belknap top of the key. Looking, they're going to call the foul for the reach in on Bailey Drawn, number 3. Her third foul, team 4th. Now it's Taylor Johnson. Back out for Monica Bragg. Thought about the 3-point shot. Now she's going to make a move. Back out to Taylor Johnson. Tingle driving on James. Shot no good. Offensive rebound for Tingle. Finds Belknap. Back out to Johnson for 3. She's fouled. Shot no good. But Johnson will shoot 3 at the line. That is the third foul on Sylvia Hudson. 5th team foul in the quarter for Urbana, so the rest of the way the Lady Toppers, or at least the rest of this quarter, will be shooting 2. Johnson hits the first of 3. Second one good as well. Johnson 3 for 3 on that trip to perfect. 4 for 4 in the game, now with 19 points. She's cut the lead to 6. McEldowney looking for somewhere, goes to Sylvia Hudson, quickly gets to the bucket and makes the shot. She's into double digits, 10 points. Tingle stops up. McEldowney reaches in, kicks it back out for Bragg. Now it's Bruner. Over to Johnson and Belknap. Belknap thought she might have a little bit of room to shoot there. Taylor Johnson stuck in the corner. 10 to shoot for the Lady Toppers. Gets to the foul line, spinning at the elbow. Kicks it back out. The 3-point shot, no good. Tipped around, and Belknap comes up with the offensive board. Johnson open for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Hudson. 3 minutes left in the third. Hudson, coast to coast. Good. A dozen points.
Somebody's got to stop ball.
10-point ball game. Urbana with the lead. Tingle into the paint, back out for Belknap. Puts up the three. It's good. Liv Belknap with 8 points. Lady Toppers trying to stay in this one. Belknap had 10 of her 16 the last game in the fourth quarter, so maybe she can do that again here late in the ball game. Tyra James working on Monica Bragg. The fadeaway, no good. Tipped around by Hudson, but right to Taylor Johnson.
Good defense again by Monica Bragg.
Bruner's three off the front of the rim or the side of the rim. They're going to call the foul on Audrey, I'm sorry.
Wow.
On McEldowney. I thought it was going to go against Audrey Tingle, but it's the second on McEldowney. Lady Topper shooting 2. We'll take it.
West Liberty extremely fortunate on a number of levels that time.
Bruner grabs a breather as freshman Corinne Thomas back into the ball game. Tingle can't get the first one.
I think the kids say the ball doesn't lie.
Second one is good. 1 of 2. Makes it a 6-point game. Tingle with 7 points. Jump ball is called. Possession stays. Goes back to the Lady Toppers.
That's just will. There's nothing. She's the only player back on defense down here for West Liberty. And she somehow gets her hands on the ball. It's just, no matter how many times you see it, it still amazes you.
She can be like a pit bull at times, the tenacity going after that basketball. Tingle lobs it up for Jackie Kitts. Belknap a deep three, no good, but it's an offensive board for Corinne Thomas. Now it's loose again. They're going to call the foul on the Lady Toppers.
I think they're going to get Audrey on that one.
Audrey picks up her first foul of the ball game, 4th team foul. 2:04 left in the third. McEldowney will set things up. Minnick on the right side, looking. Wants to go down low to James, does. Kitts is there, shot is up and good. Again, the height advantage, what are you supposed to do?
Great defense, better shot.
Yeah. Johnson trying to create some space, finds Corinne Thomas. Now left side for Kitts. Back to the right side, 15 to shoot for the Lady Toppers. Good movement here. Thomas pumping, going baseline. Reverse layup is good. A freshman. 8 points now for Corinne Thomas, a 6-point ball game with 1:13 left in the third. 66-60. McEldowney, top of the key, will drive, left hand. Thomas is there, but the shot is made. McEldowney 11 points into double digits. Belknap gets it over left side for Taylor Johnson. She drives to the bucket. Can't get the finish. Tipped around. Loose ball. James comes up with it. Quickly up for Hudson. No good. Kitts gets the rebound. 35 seconds left in the third. About an 8.5, 9-second difference between shot and game clock at the end of the third. Offensive foul called away from the ball on Jackie Kitts. That's her third, team 5th. Substitution for Urbana. McEldowney comes out, back into the game, number 0, Sadara Johnson. Now Tasia Staunton in for the first time in this ball game. She takes the place of Jackie Kitts. Tasia's been playing well as of late. The moments, or the times they put her in the game, she really produces. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Tyra James cross court. Johnson called for the travel with 2.5 seconds remaining. The ball will go back to the Lady Toppers. Morgan Bruner will come back in for Tasia Staunton. So Tasia did her job. Needed her to play some defense on Tyra James, did so. Johnson to Tingle, 2.5 left, puts it up, good if it goes. Off the backboard, no good. That will be the end of the third, 68-60, Urbana leads. We will be right back for the fourth and final quarter of this ball game on Topper Station.
I'll take 2 scoops on a cone. Actually, make that 3 scoops on a cone. Thanks to my free Kasasa checking account at Belmont Savings Bank, Kasasa gives me my hard-earned money back in the form of cash rewards. Go ahead and treat yourself to an extra scoop with Kasasa's free rewards checking. Plus, refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide.
Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Jamie Bordas. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice.
Welcome back. Lady Toppers down by 8, 68-60. As beginning of the fourth quarter, 10 minutes remain in this ballgame. Maybe, you never know, maybe the Lady Toppers come back and tie this one up. Maybe it goes to overtime. Well, it will be Urbana to start with possession here in the fourth. Lady Toppers have their starting lineup out there. A steal immediately by Audrey Tingle. Tingle cross court to Belknap. With again, driving on Bailey Drawn. Puts it up with the left. Ooh. Tries to roll in, but Tyra James picks up the rebound.
Her 16th.
Hudson. Bucket is good, and the foul, and one coming up for Sylvia Hudson. She's got 14 points. All this on Taylor Johnson, her second, team first of the fourth quarter. Hudson extends the lead to double digits. Make it 11, 71-60. 15 points for Hudson in this one. She's got 3 rebounds as well, 7 of 10 from the field. Bruner driving on Drawn. They're going to call the foul on Drawn. That will be her 4th, team first. Belknap will throw this one in just in front of us. Tingle left side for Taylor Johnson, back out for Belknap. Now it's Bruner again. Johnson kicks it around. Belknap driving from the elbow, back out for Johnson. 3-pointer, no good, tipped around. Belknap, the offensive board, finds Morgan Bruner. She puts up the 3-point shot. It's no good. Tipped around again. Tingle gets it. Taylor Johnson finishing, and the Lady Toppers would not be denied on that possession. 21 points now for Taylor Johnson, a 9-point ball game. Sadara Johnson wants to go back to Tyra James. She does. Jackie Kitts in her face again. Johnson down low for Hudson. Tingle guarding her. Hudson lays that one in. 17 points. Back to an 11-point lead.
The thing that Hudson does, she draws you, she puts you to sleep. She goes right, but she's always going to go back to her left hand to shoot it.
Lady Toppers answer with the 3-point shot. 17 points now for Morgan Bruner. 73-65. 8 minutes left to play in the fourth. An 8-point ball game. James gets a screen set for her by Knippen. James driving across the lane. It's good. 20 points now for Tyra James. Morgan Bruner driving on Knippen, goes underneath the bucket, back out for Taylor Johnson, puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Tyra James gets the rebound. James, 17 rebounds, quickly up for Bailey Drawn. Shot no good. Hudson gets the rebound. Tingle rips it away from her out of bounds. Possession stays with the Lady Blue Knights.
Todd, West Liberty stayed in the ball game in the first half, in part because of his three-point shooting. However, second half, only 3 of 11 from beyond the arc.
Lexi Wright into the ball game. Now Corinne Thomas for the Lady Toppers take the place of Jackie Kitts. Minnick back in as well. Bounce pass in for Lexi Wright. Good off the inbound pass. Wright now with 7 points. Urbana back up by 12. Belknap's three is blocked by Knippen. Audrey Tingle almost gets the steal, but she's called for the foul. It's her second, team second. Knippen wanted to go to Hudson, but goes to Lexi Wright, top of the key, no good on the three, tipped around. Minnick comes up with the loose ball. 7 minutes left in the fourth. Knippen driving on Belknap. Foul is called. Who will they give this to? They give it to Liv Belknap. It'll be her first, team third. No good on the first. Knippen in this game is yet to hit a free throw. That one is good. Makes it 78-65. 6:55 left to play in the fourth.
We're coming up on that magic number 82.
Inside, Belknap, nice bounce pass. Tingle finishes. Audrey with 9. Lady Toppers make it an 11-point game again. Knippen with the spin, no good off the glass. Bruner the rebound. Morgan again from 3, in and out, somehow does not fall off the face of Minnick. Lady Toppers take back possession, 20 on the shot clock. Thoder in for Bruner for West Liberty. James and McEldowney back in for Wright and Sedera Johnson. Jackie Kitts in for Taylor Johnson for the Lady Toppers. Tingle to Kitts. Finds Corinne Thomas for 3. No good, in and out. Minnick the rebound. 6:12 left to play.
Jackie, when you can!
Hudson takes it down low. Tingle on Tyra James. Throws it up, rolls around, and bounced about 15 times on the rim before it finally fell through the hoop. 22 points for her. Corinne Thomas baseline behind the back. Tries to make the up and under move, no good. Tyra James just a little bit too much defensively.
I think that's going to end up being a frustrating thing for West Liberty, which has gotten stops. You're just not getting points on the other end in the same possession.
James the miss, Hudson the rebound and the putback. She's got 19 now, 82-67. That pass off the mark, taken away by Knippen. 5:15 on the clock. Tingle the steal. And the finish at the other end. Tingle, 11 points. Timeout by the Lady Toppers. With that timeout, stoppage and play, we'll take the media timeout. 82-69, 5:04 left to play in the fourth. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
Your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away.
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back. The next time you can watch the Lady Toppers play will be this Sunday, January 26th at 2 p.m. at the McDonough Center in Wheeling, West Virginia at Wheeling University. And believe it or not, folks, it will not be an audio-only broadcast like in the past. It will be a video broadcast from the McDonough Center, and from the McDonough Center to the ASRC. It is the 20th year of the ASRC. The Lady Toppers' first game here was January 3rd, 2001. A win over Cal, PA, 61-47. Yana Katova earned the first triple-double in Lady Topper history that very same night. And she did it as she picked up 14 points, 10 rebounds, 10 blocks. It is the 200th conference doubleheader here in the ASRC tonight. Hudson inside. Shot no good for Knippen.
Now you have to capitalize.
Tingle to Thomas. Can't get the bucket. Tyra James races for the rebound.
19 rebounds.
22, 19, and 7 for James tonight in 34 minutes. McEldowney to Minnick. Now it's Hudson. Makes the move to the left. Ball goes shooting out of bounds. Possession stays with Urbana. A dozen to shoot. Taylor Johnson in, along with Bailey Drawn of Urbana. A timeout taken. And it looks like it will be a full timeout. We will take the break again and be right back for more on Topper Station.
On today's Restoration Minute, we discuss Panhandle cleaning and restoration by the numbers. We have 3 locations, Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. We employ over 150 employees, have 175 specialized vehicles, and have 7,500 pieces of industry-specific equipment. We have worked in 17 states, and our employees work an average of 756,000 hours each year. This has been a Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration Minute.
Welcome back. You see Coach Cooper talking to his ladies along with assistant coach Cassie Seth and also assistant coach Robbie Boner standing behind Coach Cooper. Lady Toppers have 4 minutes and 22 seconds to try to make up a 13-point deficit. We've seen them have a lot of fight in this ball game and cut what were double-digit or close to double-digit leads down very quickly, down to 2 or 3. In just a few possessions. We'll see what they can do here with limited time remaining. But I would not count the Lady Toppers out. There's a lot of fight in this team.
And a lot of good shooters which can make that turnaround quickly.
Steal here for Morgan Bruner.
That's a start now. Capitalize.
Tingle to Taylor Johnson. Back out for Morgan Bruner. Thought about the straightaway 3. Step back does. No good. Tipped around. Almost taken by Jackie Kitts, but Minnick comes up with it for the Lady Blue Knights. 4 minutes remaining in this ball game. McEldowney right side to Minnick. Back out for Sylvia Hudson, I'm sorry. Shot no good. Bruner the defense. Johnson the rebound. Tingle looking, finds Taylor Johnson. Out to Jackie Kitts, now Tingle again. Thought about the 3, driving. Gets her shot blocked, gets it back though, finds Morgan Bruner. Jackie Kitts to Taylor Johnson. And the travel called on Taylor Johnson. Corinne Thomas will come out as Liv Belknap back in. The Lady Topper starting lineup now back into the ball game. And it is the same for Urbana, the starting 5 for each team. James top of the key, drifts to her right side. Now back into the paint, puts up the jumper. It's good. 24 points now for Tyra James. 84-69, 3 minutes left. The drive for Johnson. It's good. She's got 23. And a 13-point ball game.
Here we go, on. Come on. Just go twist the whole time. Just go twist.
McEldowney getting a screen. A dozen seconds left to shoot. Tyra James turns around, facing Jackie Kitts. The fadeaway, no good. Long rebound out, and it's taken by the Lady Toppers. Tingle forcing her way to the bucket and gets the bucket to fall. 13 points now for Audrey, and 11-point lead for Urbana. McEldowney gets a screen set for her by Tyra James. They get the switch that they want, I believe Urbana did. James guarded by Audrey Tingle. Back out to the right side, Bailey drawn, no good. Tingle the rebound, less than 2 to play. Toppers down by 11. Tingle driving again, puts it up. Same thing as last possession. Tingle 15 points, down by 9.
You have to extend this defense a little.
Lobbed it up for Bailey Drawn. She gets the bucket and one. Coming up for Drawn.
That's a killer.
They call this one on Taylor Johnson. That'll be her third. Team fourth. Drawn hits the free throw, give her 9 points. 87-75, 99 seconds left to play. Johnson gets her shot blocked by Minix. Get the ball stripped away from her. Tingle to throw this one in. Looking, lobs it out for Morgan Bruner. Belknap a deep three. Get this one to fall. 11 points for her, a 9-point ball. I'm sorry, yeah, a 9-point ball game. Again, she hits that one from the U and University on the floor.
I think we might see a timeout here.
Timeout by Urbana, a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
We've talked about it all night. West Liberty just refuses to go away. The problem has been, again, getting stops. But it's when you're getting stops, can you create and turn that into points on the other end? What has ended up happening almost the entire second half is West Liberty will get a stop and not score. Then when Urbana scores, that's when West Liberty goes down the other end and scores. So you're not making up any ground, you're just trading baskets.
Lady Toppers with 81 seconds left to try to make this an even closer ball game. Again, down by 9. Taylor Johnson, 23 points, 8 rebounds. Audrey Tingle, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Tyra James, no good, tipped around. Hudson comes up with it, though. And they called a foul. I believe this will go against Audrey Tingle. It'll be her third. And that is the 5th team foul on the Lady Toppers. So Hudson will go to the line after a little bit of confusion there. She'll shoot 2 as Urbana now in the bonus with 1:14 left in the fourth. Urbana playing disciplined, at least foul-wise here in the fourth quarter, just 1 in the fourth. Hudson connecting. She's got 21 points, an 11-point lead with 1:11 left. Belknap to Johnson, hands it off for Morgan. Bruner driving. Can't get it to fall. Tyra James the rebound, harassed by Belknap.
That's a 20-20 game for James.
Unbelievable ball game. Again, she's still 2 assists away from a triple-double. You never know.
We're used to seeing those 20 rebound games in this building, but usually they're wearing black and gold.
Yep. Past 3 seasons before this, Marissa Brown with the Lady Toppers. Would have loved to have watched that matchup, Marissa Brown versus Tyra James. This is James' first year at Urbana. They called a foul on Audrey Tingle, her 4th. And James goes to the line to shoot 2. First one is good for James. She's got 25. Urbana with 90 points. James gets the second as well. 35 seconds remaining. Tingle up the floor. That's Taylor Johnson. Johnson at the elbow, driving again, puts it up, good, and one opportunity coming up for Taylor Johnson, adding to her point total. She's got 25. Try to make it 26. Both of these teams above their game average in points. Both of these teams gave up more than they usually do as well.
If you're West Liberty here, after this free throw hopefully goes through, you try for the steal, and if you do not get it on inbound, you immediately foul to try and lengthen this game.
And a timeout for Urbana. They'll have 1 remaining. And it looks like a 30-second timeout. Again, the next time you can watch a Lady Toppers play will be this coming Sunday. Not Saturday, on Sunday afternoon. Lady Toppers will play at 2 p.m. at Wheeling. January 26th at the McDonough Center in Wheeling, West Virginia. We will be bringing you that game a video broadcast. First time in a very long time. We will bring you a video broadcast from Wheeling University. The last time we did it, it was when the men's team at Wheeling hosted regionals, where West Liberty ended up winning that and making it all the way to the Final Four in Seeger Bonifant's senior season at West Liberty.
That was a special, special team.
Hudson takes the inbound pass, and now the fouls happen. Call this on Morgan Bruner. It'll be her second.
Just can't let time run off the clock in that situation.
Hudson to the line, 2 for 2. Gets that one to fall. Oh, I'm sorry, she was 3 for 3 before that. We'll make it 4 for 4 now. 92-81, 11-point lead, 5 for 5, 93-81. 23 seconds remaining. Bruner's 3, good.
Now foul, immediately.
Tyra James lobs this one up for Bailey Drawn. Gets the bucket in transition. Drawn 11 points in this ball game. 6 seconds left. Tingle puts it up and good. 17 points, a 9-point ball game. Time's going to run out here. That'll be the final score. Urbana gets it 95-86 over the Lady Toppers, sweeping the season series, winning at Urbana, and now here at the ASRC. Urbana moves to 11-6, 7-4 in conference play. The Lady Toppers fall to 7-10, 3-8 in Mountain East Conference play. Again, Lady Toppers will play Wheeling this Sunday, and Urbana goes to Notre Dame, the 2 Ohio teams. Urbana goes to Notre Dame, and that will be a good matchup as Notre Dame, one of the best teams in the conference. We will wait here as we will have Coach Kyle Cooper along with Isaac Basinger. Coach and Isaac, take it away.
Coach, moving forward.
Nothing. We're going to be very upset about this loss. We're going to learn from it. We're going to keep putting our head down and working. Same thing that we always do. We went 0-1 today. Tomorrow we're going to wake up, we're going to make adjustments, and we're going to get ready for another one. That's a good basketball team. You can't start slow like we just did, but we fought. I'm proud of our fight. A couple more shots fall in the fourth quarter. I think we're right there where we need to be, but we're going to keep working. That's all we're going to keep doing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac, and thank you, Coach Cooper. A tough one there again. 95-86 was the final score. Tyra James, 26 points, 21 rebounds, 9 assists. So close to that triple-double for Tyra James. Sylvia Hudson, 23 points, 6 assists. For the Lady Toppers, Taylor Johnson led the way in points with 26 points. Morgan Bruner had 20. Audrey Tingle was 17. True freshman Corinne Thomas had 8 points in this ball game. She was 2 of 5 from behind the arc. Liv Belknap had 11. She was 2 of 7 from behind the arc, but leading the way in rebounds, Taylor Johnson 8. Tingle with 8 assists as well. So Lady Toppers score a bunch of points, play well. Just had a really tough competition in Tyra James and also Sylvia Hudson.
And that's the thing Coach Cooper touched on there with Isaac. When you're already at a disadvantage because you don't match up well with a particular team, it's very hard to get down in the manner they did and try and fight back because you really don't have an answer as much as hard as you played and tried. So they're going to still score, and you have put yourself in an uphill battle all game. Not only on the scoreboard, but from an energy standpoint, you have to go twice as hard. You never, ever doubt the hustle and the heart of this team. But Coach Kyle Cooper will also tell you there are no moral victories in this program, and they've had to settle for a number of those. They need that one breakthrough victory that will get them over the hump. I mean, again, they're right there. They are right on the cusp of being a very good basketball team. A play here, a play there. It just, for whatever reason, hasn't completely come together yet.
Well, hopefully this coming Sunday again will happen at Wheeling. It'll be the next time the Lady Toppers have an opportunity to get a victory on the board at 2 p.m. at the McDonough Center. If you can't be there live to watch it in person, go ahead and turn it on Topper Station. We will bring you the live video broadcast at Wheeling as the Lady Toppers take on the Lady Cardinals Sunday, January 26th. Well, coming up here at the ASRC in about 20 minutes, it will be Isaac Basinger on the call along with Sean Ryan and Cub Varner. It will be West Liberty taking on Urbana in men's basketball. The Toppers trying to go 2-0 on the season. We'll be right back in a little bit for more Topper basketball.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world. Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out, because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship. I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the alumni association. So like I go to like football games, some basketball games, any other like different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as like what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or like different things for the alumni association with what we should draw in towards like athletics. I want to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team. The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home.
I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go.
I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletic program would be fine for me.
I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the Creative Art Therapy program at West Lib. So now I'm heading to my Creative Art Therapy Assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of the scribble drawing for our therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything, and the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head. This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes, and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned. The Creative Arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go? Somewhere in the middle.
So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates. There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from West Lib. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future. I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy. So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with. I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do, and I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with. Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now. West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes. West Liberty is certainly preparing me for the future and giving me a solid foundation to work on when I extend my education down the road.
So hopefully that gave you some insight as to what it is to be a creative art therapy major at West Lib. So if you have any questions, go online and check us out.
Hi, my name's Allison Gemberling and I'm a pre-vet major, and today I'm going to show you what this major is all about. So now we're going to head into organic chemistry lab. The pre-vet program is to prepare you to go to vet school, so it has a lot of classes in understanding how like the animal's body functions, learning about behaviors for that animal, and it's just very in-depth, and it also encourages you to go get experience elsewhere so that you are familiar with animals. The labs are also really hands-on, especially with organic chemistry. You get to do the experiments yourself, understand how the different chemicals work with each other. And then for animal experience, there's a lot of classes where you get to work hands-on with specific types of animals like birds, reptiles, mammals. So today we're going to my ornithology lab here at the WLU Good Zoo. So we're making chicken candy today, and then we're gonna go out and give it to the chickens and see what they do with it. I chose a pre-vet major because I would like to go to vet school and hopefully work on becoming a veterinarian. So this program is definitely helpful in preparing me for vet school and helping me get into vet school with a lot of the different experience opportunities. As you continue in the major, especially your junior and senior year, there's classes like genetics, microbiology, parasitology. Not all are necessarily requirements to get into vet school, but it definitely makes you a better candidate, makes you look better, and it definitely makes you more knowledgeable going into vet school. You know a little bit more than everybody else. We're gonna go give enrichment to the chickens now. As for hands-on experience, I'm also a double major in zoo science, and West Liberty has a partnership with the WLU Good Zoo, which is AZA accredited. So I get a lot of experience hands-on with animals there, which is really good experience for vet school because they like to know that you are familiar with exotics and know about zoo animals. I definitely have an interest in working with large animals, especially in a zoo setting. So having the WLU Good Zoo here is really helpful for me gaining experience and understanding those animals. And I'm also in concert band, and I'm heading to practice right now with my French horn. I'm also involved in the band here at West Liberty. The band is just like a nice thing. It's a good break from all of the heavy science courses, and it's a good time, and I like playing music, so it's a good relaxer, and it's also great to be involved and meet people in different majors that are also involved in music. So today I'm at work at a local veterinary office. So when you look at veterinary schools and what the requirements are, they definitely encourage you to go get experience. So I took it upon myself to contact some of the local vets around this area, and I found one that has been super great and getting me hands-on experience, watching surgeries, helping with appointments, and it's been a really great opportunity to learn more about the practice. Now we're going to do an examination on this cat. West Liberty is definitely very affordable. I'm lucky enough to have an Elbin scholarship, so that definitely drew me here because it's a really good education and it's not crazy expensive. I went to school at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, and Dr. Loafman, the zoo science director, came and visited my junior and senior year to talk about the zoo science program. And I spoke with him and told him I was interested in veterinary medicine, and he said there was also a pre-vet major and that the zoo science program would definitely help towards getting the experience that you need to get into vet school. I hope this video gave you a better look at this program. If you need any more information, check us out online.
Look to wind some clock. Harris had it knocked away, gets it back. Out to Hosfeld. Bonifant, an open three. He'll drill it. And the lead is at 23. Corey Pelly just flew by my ear. Flies back onto the floor and leads the break as Alex Falk lays it up and in. Jets up the floor. Stewart picked up tightly by Jordan Fortney. Julian Sanders, a rainbow three. It won't go. Rebound, tipped around. At the buzzer, Scooter Rankin. It doesn't go! And the Hilltoppers have claimed the Atlantic Region Championship. West Liberty has done it. The Hilltoppers have won it. We're going to Springfield, Massachusetts. Harris to trigger the board. The inbound. Out to Alex Falk. 10 seconds to go. Falk, kick out. Hosfeld for three. Tied!
Holy Family content to stay back in its zone. Now the shot clock hits 8. Faithful backs it out, looking for anything. Hearn, shot clock at 4 from deep.
For the Hilltoppers. 3 seconds, puts up the three. It's good! Eric Meininger drains it!
Welcome into Chopper Station. The venue for tonight's matchup is ASRC on the campus of West Liberty University. Isaac Basinger joining me on the ones and twos is Sean Ryan for this Mountain East Conference matchup between the Urbana Blue Knights and West Liberty Hilltoppers. But first, this broadcast is brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank, Undos, IBEW. A special thank you to Dr. and Mrs. Clyde Campbell, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Generations, Main Street Bank, and Bordas. Again, welcome into Topper Station. Isaac Basinger, Sean Ryan next to me. The Hilltoppers come into this one winning 7 straight games. Over 100 points in all those games. They're really on a roll right now. As for Urbana, they come into this matchup losing their last couple of games. But this team's a lot better than a record. Playing a lot of close games with teams in the Mountain East Conference. It should be interesting, Sean.
It really should. And as we've come to know here over the course of this extended run by West Liberty, there are no off nights in this league. If you don't show up, you're going to find yourself getting beat. So it'll be interesting to see how West Liberty comes out against this Urbana team.
Well, before we see how they match up statistically, let's take a look at the Mountain East Conference standings. As you see, the Hilltoppers are still tied at the top of the Mountain East Conference with Charleston with a record of 8-2. Go down the list, West Virginia State, Fairmont State, Wheeling, Glenville State, as Fairmont State, Wheeling, and Glenville State all coming at 6-4. Then it goes West Virginia Wesleyan, Frostburg State, Concord, Davidson Elkins, Urbana coming into this at 6-7 in the Mountain East Conference, and then rounding out the conference at 4-12 overall and 2-8 in the conference is Notre Dame College. Let's take a look at the matchup for tonight. We already know the records coming in this one. Scoring offense, a huge difference, as no one's going to best the Hilltoppers in scoring offense right now, leading Division II basketball with 106 points per game. Scoring defense, the Hilltoppers give up just a little bit more points, but it's that ratio that everyone's going to be looking at. Rebounds per game, the Hilltoppers get around 9 more rebounds per game than Urbana does, and then assists it is around 7 per game. Let's take a look at Urbana's players to watch for tonight. It's Tariq Horn, shooting around 40% from the field, 34% from behind the arc, and averages 11 points per game. And then Jordan Bradley, 43% from the field, around 30% from behind the arc, and 12.4 points per game. As now as we look at West Liberty's players to watch, Dalton Bolin, around 48% from the field, 42% from behind the arc, and averages around 17.8 points per game. Playing better of late, had a double-double this past Saturday. Then Pat Robinson, 58% from the field, over 50% from behind the arc, and averages 18 points a game. He is definitely a key player to watch here tonight. Well, we had Cub Varner catch up with Coach Hallett before today's game. It's going to be interesting to see what he says. Now let's see what Coach Hallett said. So Cub, take it away.
Thanks, Isaac. Coach Hallett and I talked about the way his Toppers have been playing lately and what they need to continue it. He told me that they have just been playing real good Hilltopper style basketball and playing really good as a team. He said he told his players now that they have reached what they had the potential to at the beginning of the season, that they have a whole new level to get to now. I also asked him about his young guys and how they're often undersized and what he tells them when they come to the games. And he said he just says that he's happy with the intensity they give him, and he would much rather them be slightly undersized and play with the level they do. Sean and Isaac, back to you guys.
Thank you, Cubs. Some good information we got there, how the Hilltoppers go into this game mentally sometimes. As we're getting ready for tip-off, Sean, what are some of your keys for tonight's game?
I just want to see West Liberty continue to do what it has been doing during this streak. If you look at this team from the beginning of the season to now, there's almost a swagger now, and it's not because they're cocky, it's because they understand what they were doing. It took a while to get this thing off the ground just because there are so many new parts, and now you're seeing the confidence in part due to the fact that everybody has gotten comfortable. It's not about the other team, it's about West Liberty and playing with enthusiasm.
I couldn't agree more. As we're getting ready for tip-off here, we're going to have the starting lineups for each team. First is going to be the Urbana University Blue Knights. As we mentioned, coming in this game, coming 4-12 overall with a 3-7 record within the Mountain East Conference. As now they're getting ready to come out of the little tunnel they made by their bench. Coming out first for Urbana will be number 0, Drew Thomas, the 6'1 junior from Birmingham, Alabama. Following him will be number 1, Tariq Horn, the 6'3 freshman from Toledo, Ohio, who is one of our players to watch coming into this game. Then number 3, Sean Monroe, the 6' freshman from Fairborn, Ohio. Following him will be number 10, Mario Lacey Jr., the 6'7 freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. And then rounding out the starting lineup for Urbana is going to be number 21, Kyle Keegley, the 6'9 sophomore from Mount Gilead, Ohio. Urbana's head coach is Josh Gibson, in his first season at Urbana with a record of 4-12. As we get ready for the Hilltoppers starters, they're the same as they have been of late. Coming out of the tunnel here in a couple seconds will be number 3, Will Yoakum, the 6'5 sophomore from Delaware, Ohio. He was last week's Mountain East Conference Player of the Week. And then following him will be number 4, Preston Boswell, the 6'2 junior from New Martinsville, West Virginia. And then number 5, Dalton Bolin, the 6'4 junior from Gannett and Hutton, Ohio. Number 11, John Alessandro, the 6'7 redshirt freshman from Beaver Creek, Ohio. And then coming out of the starting lineup is number 12, Luke Dyer, the 5'11 junior from Clarksburg, West Virginia. The Hilltoppers head coach, as it's been for the past couple years, is Ben Hallett in his 3rd season with his 2.5-year record of 67-12. As both teams look to be getting ready for this game. Take a look at the uniforms for each team. Urbana with the blue uniforms from white trim around it, white numbers and with the white Urbana across the chest. West Liberty comes out in the white uniforms as they normally do here at home, with the black letters with a gold trim with the same as the numbers. Alessandro will take the tip for the Hilltoppers. He'll go up against Lacey Jr. So looking, getting ready to start. As the officials ready to toss up the basketball. A little bit of a head start for both teams, but Alessandro takes it back, but it's going to be won by Horn. Bradley gets it to Horn. To the top of the key to Lacey. Thomas gets it to Keegley. Keegley driving on Alessandro. Shot here is up and off the mark for number 5, Jordan Bradley. Luke Dyer takes it at the top of the key for the Hilltoppers. Finds the open man in Will Yoakum. Yoakum gets it across to Alessandro. Alessandro will curl back, gets it back to Dyer. Yoakum at the top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. Dyer pump fakes, finds the open man, and Alessandro for 3 off the mark. Battle for it underneath is going to be won by Urbana, but he's going to travel, and that was number 5, Jordan Bradley. Gets the rebound, but was not able to do anything with it.
Keep an eye on Will Yoakum there. He took a shot to the face. He looks to be all right.
19:07 left in the first half. The Hilltoppers will inbound the basketball. Dyer gets it into Bolin. Bolin thinks about the 3, doesn't take it. Backs down the defender. Dyer step back. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Bolin inside, and he gets a put back to go as Dalton Bolin.
Just out-muscled a 6'9" guy.
Hilltoppers in their normal pressure defense. Bradley takes the inbound. He's going to try to push it himself. He's going to stop mid-range floater. Gets this one to rattle home, 2-2. Dyer pushes up quick to Boswell. Boswell back to Dyer to Yoakum. Now to the left side to Bolin. To Boswell, back to Dyer. Swinging around in the corner again to Alessandro. Alessandro to the top of the key, and he gets it to Dyer. Dyer sends it back to Alessandro. Alessandro's going to drive, stops on a dime, gets to the Yoakum, curls to the basket, and gets the basket to go is Will Yoakum.
Beautiful teamwork.
Good passing early on here for the Hilltoppers. As Urbana gets the basketball in, the pressure defense still there for the Toppers. Bradley gets it across half court. Bradley's going to set up the offense for the Blue Knights. Bradley, Alessandro on him. Bradley drives, shot is up, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Dalton Bolin. Toppers will push it. Yoakum drives, reverse layup, gets it to fall for Will Yoakum. As number 0, Thomas gets it up to number 21, Keegley. Keegley's shot is up and no good.
Say it all the time. West Liberty's press isn't always based on success on whether or not it comes up with a turnover. Shots like that are what they want the opponent to do. They want to speed up, take bad shots in transition. That's the way they blow teams out of the building.
As the Hilltoppers do almost a full line change, 4 players on the floor. That's Malik McKinney, Bryce Butler, Owen Hazelbaker, and Pat Robinson. Will Yoakum stays on the floor for the Hilltoppers. As Yoakum now has the basketball. Drives, same play as before. Will Yoakum gets it to fall.
Will Yoakum is just at a different level right now.
Bradley again will set up the offense. To number 10, Lacey Jr. To the far side of the court, back to Bradley. Bradley splits a defender inside to Lacey Jr. He's going to get the floater to go. Pat Robinson gets it to Bryce Butler. To McKinney. McKinney will drive, takes it himself. Shot's going to be blocked by Lacey Jr., and he's going to save it as well. Horn will slow it down and take it across half court. to number 33, Brandon Micharina, excuse me. Bradley, top of the key, gets it to Horn. Horn takes it. Gets it to Thomas. Thomas will kick it out. Minaricha, shot up, no good. Rebound by Malik McKinney. Gets it up to Robinson. Robinson, contact made, fadeaway jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Urbana.
Where we at?
15:42 left in the first half. The Hilltoppers have the 4-point lead. Thomas gets the pass. Thomas in the lane. Shot is up, and he banks it off the glass and gets this one to fall. Cuts it to a one-possession lead for the Toppers. Bryce Butler gets it underneath to McKinney to Hazelbaker. Back to Butler. Butler's going to drive. Contact made. Foul was called. As a foul is on number 1, Tyree Horn. His first, team second. Bolin comes in the game for Yoakum. McKinney will inbound for the Hilltoppers. Gets it into Bolin. Bolin, jumper, up and good for Dalton Bolin.
Just a simple curl off the inbound play.
Looking to get it in is 0. Was Thomas. He gets it in. Malik McKinney just a little bit too aggressive on this one as he's going to pick up the foul. See, McKinney's first, team first for the Hilltoppers. 15:04 left in the first half. Thomas looks to get it in. He does get it into Lacey. Down the floor is Thomas. Tries to take it himself. Kicks it out. Bradley for 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Bolin. Bolin will take it himself down the floor. Hands it off to Robinson. Robinson will take it himself. Count the basket. And he's fouled. A little bit of a hoop and a harm. As Pat Robinson will shoot the free throw.
Just the slightest hesitation around the elbow was enough to get the defender on his heels. Pat blew right by him.
As we will see that free throw after the timeout, media timeout on the floor. The Hilltoppers are up 12-6. We'll be back on Topper Station.
Main Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the abouts for each school. Urbana University, enrollment of 1,800, founded in 1850, located in Urbana, Ohio, the team nickname being the Blue Knights. As for West Liberty University, the enrollment of 2,526, founded in 1837, located in beautiful West Liberty, West Virginia, with the team nickname being the Hilltoppers. Pat Robinson will be shooting a free throw as soon as both teams are out on the floor. Hilltoppers have a 6-point lead.
The interesting thing, at least here early for West Liberty, is only 2 assists on 6 made field goals. For the most part, it's been isolation on the offensive end for the Toppers.
As Robinson can't get this one to fall, the lead is still 6 for the Toppers. Thomas fires it down the floor to Horn. 2-on-1 here. Lacey takes it underneath, and he gets the basket to fall.
You just hope that he doesn't catch the ball there too many awful many times, because West Liberty just doesn't have an answer for that, a man of that size.
Bolin at the top of the key gets it to Boswell, to Robinson. Robinson backs down the defender, shoots the shot, and he gets this one to fall. Pat Robinson. Those type of baskets right there, the reason why he is shooting over 50% from the field. Ball is poked away from Bradley, but he's got to take it himself again. Inside will curl out to Horn. Horn for 3. He gets it to fall. 3-point game.
That goes, but as the game wears on and the legs start to go, it's not going to go, and that's where you see West Liberty stretch leads.
Boswell at the top of the key gets it to Robinson. Hands it off to Bolin. To Yoakum. Yoakum on the right wing. Cross court pass to Bolin. Bolin for three. Can't get it to fall, but he is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot three. As the foul was on number 5, Jordan Bradley. That is his second, team fourth. Coach Gibson, not a big fan of the call.
I don't blame him, to be honest with you.
Dalton Bolin will shoot three. Knocks the first one down. Bolin makes the second. Luke Dyer comes back into the game for Pat Robinson.
Let's go, match up now. Match up now.
And Bolin completes the three-point play.
Interestingly enough, they are leaving Bradley on the floor with those 2 personal fouls.
As that one's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Hilltoppers, but is still Urbana basketball. 6 seconds to get across half court. Bradley with the pressure will get it up. Takes himself, kicks it back to Thomas. Hilltopper faithful wants to travel. Horn with Boswell guarding right on him. Horn inside. No basket. As they call a foul on Preston Boswell, will be Urbana basketball on the baseline. .14 left in the first half. Gets it into Lacey. Horn controls the basketball. Alessandro right on him. Inside to Lacey. Lacey with the baby hook and gets this one to rattle home. A little bit of a mismatch there, and he takes advantage of it.
The double, or the not the double, but help has to come on that, and it has to come quickly.
As Will Yoakum doing work as he gets the basket to fall. 6-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Thomas will get it across half court for the Blue Knights. Lacey at the top of the key. Hands it off to Horn. Horn will reset. Will take it himself. Horn gets past Alessandro, lays this one up and in.
West Liberty is getting beat off the dribble quite a bit right now.
Luke Dyer hands it off Bolin for three. Off the front iron, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Alessandro. Back to Yoakum for three. Off the mark this time too. Rebound by Bradley. Bradley books a push with pressure. He does. Gets to Horn for three. It's up and good. And it's now a 1-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Yoakum gets it back to Bolin, to Boswell. Boswell finds Bolin. A little bit of a step back three, and Dalton Bolin drains it.
Shoot or shoot.
They get it in is Urbana, and they do. Gets it into Thomas. Thomas pushing against the pressure as they're going to get a foul against Dalton Bolin. That's going to be his first, team third. Bryce Butler comes in the game for the Hilltoppers. It is Urbana basketball. Inbounding now is number 12, Caden Smith. Gets it into Drew Thomas. As also on the floor is number 11, Barksdale, number 30, Ashley, and then number 42, Keegley. Thomas, top of the key. Gets it in to Barksdale. Back to Thomas for the pass from Keegley. It pass inside to Keegley. He's going to kick it out to number 30, Ashley. His shot's off the mark, and that's going to be a shot clock violation for Urbana.
That's a really good defensive possession for West Liberty.
Pat Robinson and Malik McKinney enter the game for the Hilltoppers. 11 minutes, 2 seconds left in the first half. The Hilltoppers have a 4-point lead. Robinson gets it to Bolin, thinks about the three, doesn't take it. To Yoakum. Yoakum spin move inside, but he travels. That's going to be Urbana basketball.
I think when Will came off that spin, he was not expecting the help to be there and took an extra step.
Urbana gets the basketball in. Smith will curl back and set up the offense. Caden Smith barks out the orders. Thomas drives in the lane. His shot's going to be rejected by Bryce Butler.
Talked a couple plays ago about how the help wasn't there. It sure was that time in the form of the freshman.
As we have a replay of the block. Has Butler right there and just swats that one out of bounds. Smith now kicks it over for three. Is number 30 Ashley. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Bolin. McKinney finds Butler. He thinks about the three, doesn't take it. Back to McKinney. McKinney inside to Yoakum. Can't handle it, and it goes out of bounds. Urbana basketball.
If that pass finds Butler about half a second sooner, he's got a wide open three-point look.
As it goes out of bounds, and a great defensive play there by the Hilltoppers. As it's still Urbana it's West Liberty basketball. McKinney will inbound. Gets it in to Bolin. To Yoakum now. They swing it over to Robinson. McKinney. 20 on the shot clock to Bolin at the top of the key. Bolin fires off the mark, off the side of the rim. Rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds. Urbana basketball. There's a timeout on the floor. The Hilltoppers are up 22-18. We'll be back after the media timeout here on Toppers Station.
Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Let's take a look at the series history as the Hilltoppers have swept this one so far. This is the 16th meeting. The Hilltoppers have won all 15 previous games, and they won the last game earlier this season at Urbana, 101-76.
Can't get much better than that.
The Hilltoppers have the 4-point lead. But we can always guarantee that Coach Hallett's always looking at something right now that to figure out and get better for moving on in this basketball game. It is Urbana's basketball. Fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Watch them send somebody deep. West Liberty's been susceptible to that this season.
As they put the receivers out in pattern, this one's going to be complete.
Come back to the ball.
Has Bradley back in the game with his 2 fouls. Will curl back and set up the offense. Hands it off to number 11, Barksdale. They swing it around to Ashley inside. Keegsley, shot up, no good. Off the front of the iron, rebound by Robinson. Robinson inside to Butler. He's going to be fouled. He'll head to the free throw line, and he will be shooting 2. As the foul's on number 42, Tyler Keegley. His first, team 5th. Butler at the line, shooting 2. Bryce Butler, the 6'5 freshman from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Can't make the first. In the game now is number 33, Owen Hazelbaker, as Will Yoakum will take a seat. Butler makes the second half. The Hilltopper lead is 5. Smith runs the baseline. As it's going to be a turnover,
It's going to be the third foul.
As that foul is on number 5. Jordan Bradley, as Sean, you already mentioned, it's his third foul. As he's going to take a seat now. As Drew Thomas comes in the game. And that's another aspect of the West Liberty defense. They'll force turnovers, but they might also force you to into some offensive fouls.
Yeah, it's just a frustration foul because you cannot get open.
Hazel Baker inside, but he's going to be called for the offensive foul.
Getting back to the Bradley one, I mean, that's a big foul for a number of reasons. As we've seen, he's their primary ball handler. Let's see if the press from West Liberty, which hasn't really gotten cranked up to this point, maybe goes up an extra notch.
As Luke Dyer back in the game for the Hilltoppers, McKinney takes a seat. Smith gets it across to Thomas. Thomas will now be the point guard for Urbana. Keegley at the top of the key to Thomas. Ashley will drive now. Contact made. Offensive foul. Bryce Butler takes the charge.
Easy call that time. It just amazes me how many people in both the women's and the men's game, they get into the lane and they don't execute a jump stop to avoid that contact. It's the simplest thing. Not enough people do it.
Luke Dyer walks the ball down the floor to Pat Robinson. Robinson goes, takes it himself, gets his man to go up, and he makes the basket off the glass. Pat Robinson.
Always under control and oh so smooth.
Hail Mary pass up to Thomas. He's going to get the layup to go. And that's the one thing you've seen a little bit this year for the Hilltoppers. The deep pass sometimes will come and burn them. Dyer finds Boswell to Butler. Butler cross-court pass to Dyer. Takes it back and curls it around to Butler. Butler thinks about the three, doesn't take it, loses possession for a second, then regains it. Dyer for 3, off the mark, can't get this one to fall. Rebound by number 11, Barksdale. Thomas inside, shot up, no good. Rebound by Hazel Baker. The Hilltoppers are looking to move in transition. Boswell takes it himself, off the backboard and in for Preston Boswell. Ashley in some trouble. Gets it over to Smith. As Smith will slow it down and set up the offense. Thomas kicks it over to Ashley, over to Smith. Smith will take the 3 off the side of the iron. Rebound by Pat Robinson. Boswell drives inside. Contact made, no foul called. As Smith moves it down. Thomas to Ashley. To number 13, Ryan. Ryan at the top of the key. Ashley looks inside, gets it into Barksdale. Up top to Thomas for 3. And it's a rebound by Bryce Butler. Robinson drives the speed and glaze it in off the glass for Pat Robinson.
When he gets half a step on the defender, it's over. You better hope there's help coming, and there wasn't that time.
He just puts it in drive and presses down on that gas. As Urbana has the basketball. 9-point lead for the Hilltoppers. 6:35. Smith around the baseline, spins. It's going to get stripped away by Preston Boswell. Hilltoppers have numbers, but a great defensive play by Thomas as Urbana's coming right back the other way. As number 11, Darius Barksdale, cannot control the basketball, and he's going to lose it as the Hilltoppers will take back over. On the floor now for the Hilltoppers, Dyer, McKinney, Yoakum, Bolin, and Alessandro.
Here in the last minute and a half, the game has really started to tilt in toward West Liberty's pace.
Dyer's going to drive, take it himself. It's going to be pinballed around to Yoakum. Yoakum's shot's going to be blocked, or I think he just really decided to try to pass it to the last second. And it goes out of bounds as West Liberty's going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it here. 9-point lead, for the Hilltoppers, but you know that Coach Hallett is not too fond of how his team's playing at the moment.
Well, it's because they're not playing West Liberty basketball. It's been a really disheveled effort so far. We talked at length in the beginning about the energy and the emotion. There isn't any, and there hasn't been any this entire first half. And I think maybe not necessarily now, but whenever they get a chance to go in there at halftime and talk at length, I think you will see a different West Liberty team come out, at least from a body language standpoint.
9-point lead for the Hilltoppers, 6:10 left in the first half. Urbana looks to get it in. They do. They get it into Smith. Smith's going to be trapped. He's on the ground. He's going to lose it. Dalton Bolin is right there to scoop it up and get the easy 2 points.
It's only a matter of time.
As Urbana's going to look to push it here. As number 4, McNeil, kicks it over to Smith. Number 1, Horn, back in the game for the Blue Knights. McNeil. Corner 3 for Urbana, off the mark. The shot was by number 33, Brandon Mitrina. Bolin takes the pass from Dyer over to McKinney. McKinney drives, uses his speed, and he gets this one to fall.
I hate to say it, but West Liberty right now on both ends of the floor is really picking on Caden Smith, who replaced Jordan Bradley, who had the 3 fouls.
Smith takes the basketball, kicks it up to Horn. Smith kicks it back to Mitch Rena, back to Smith. Pass inside to number 13, Mike Ryan, and he makes the shot. The 6'7" graduate from Cleveland, Ohio. Alessandro on the baseline, kicks it back out. Bolin thinks about the 3, doesn't take it. No shot, but Bolin's going to be fouled. The foul was on number 4, Taylor McNeil. The Hilltoppers will be shooting the 1-and-1. After this break here on Topper Station, the Hilltoppers are up 33-22. Again, we'll be back here on Topper Station.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. At Bordas & Bordas, when we see this, we do something about it. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we can get justice when they do.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
Welcome back. Hilltoppers up 11. Dalton Bolin will soon be heading to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Hilltoppers. And as you mentioned right before, it seems like after that 30-second timeout that Coach Hallett took, Hilltoppers come in with a little bit more energy after that timeout.
And that's how you can tell West Liberty basketball. It's movement, it's energy, it's enthusiasm. This has kind of been a workmanlike first half. Just ho-hum, we're here. And oh, by the way, we happen to be up by 11 points.
Definitely looking to pick it up for the Hilltoppers in this last 4:43 in the first half. Dalton Bolin looks to start that with his 1-and-1. Bolin makes the first. Dalton Bolin now has 13 points on the night. As Bolin knocks down the second. 35-22, the Hilltoppers lead. McNeil gets it down the floor and will stop and set up the offense. Gets it to Thomas. Dyer on Thomas, inside to Lacey. Lacey gets this one to fall, and the foul's on Alessandro. Count the baskets. Lacey will shoot 1.
It's too deep of a catch. John has to force him out a little bit further from the block, because once he gets it down there, John's at a decided disadvantage.
At the line, shooting the 1. Number 10, Mario Lacey Jr., the 6'7" forward, the freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. His shot was no good. Rebound by the Hilltoppers. Dyer will set up the offense. Yoakum to Bolin at top of the key for 3. Off the iron, can't get the fall. Yoakum right there for the rebound. Dyer kicks it back out to Yoakum. Yoakum looks inside to Alessandro. Shot is up and he knocks it down. John Alessandro.
Come on, John. Get it.
Horn takes the inbound pass. He's trapped in the corner. They chuck it down the floor to Madrina, and he's going to knock down the basket.
It's almost as though he had seen the highlights and he pump faked before he got put on a poster by a block from Alessandro.
Top of the key, McKinney now. Alessandro corner 3. Can't get it to fall, in and out. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Urbana basketball. The Toppers are still shooting 55.6% from the field tonight, but the key one is 12.5. The Hilltoppers came into this one second in Division II and 3-pointers made. Alley-oop to Lacey, but this one's just going to be a little bit too high, out of bounds. Hilltopper basketball. And just to clarify that stat, that's field goal, 3-point field goal percentage. The Hilltoppers came into this one shooting 43.1 from behind the arc. Hilltopper swinging around the floor. McKinney working inside. Ball's going to be knocked out of his hands and goes out of bounds. It's West Liberty basketball, 3:12 left in the first half. The Hilltoppers have an 11-point lead.
And credit goes to Urbana as well. I mean, it's not like we can say West Liberty's just not playing well. Urbana is making them work for just about everything, and as I say that, a wide open lob to Will Yoakum off the out-of-bounds play.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Sean. The Hilltoppers, the good out-of-bounds play. Thomas takes the inbound to McNeil. Madrina, Horn for 3, open 3, can't get the fall. Madrina's going to kick it back. He's going to pinball around the floor as it's going to be a fresh shot clock for Urbana. Horn, top of the key to Lacey. Back into the corner for McNeil. As his foot is out of bounds, it's going to be Hilltopper basketball. On the floor for the Hilltoppers right now, Boswell, Yoakum, Bolin, Robinson, and Dyer. Dyer takes the basketball, gets it to Bolin, cutting inside to Preston Boswell, can't get the fall. Yoakum was right there to try to put it back, but he's going to be fouled as a foul is on number 10, Mario Lacey Jr. His second, team 9th.
That's about the third or fourth time Preston Boswell has gone in to the big man and taken some hits. He's probably got to be wondering at this point what he has to do to get a foul call.
As Yoakum's at the free-throw line, and he knocks down the first. As Yoakum goes 2 of 2, 41-26, the Hilltoppers lead of 2:23 left in the first half. McNeil curls back as he gets it over to 0 Thomas. Driving now is number 1, Horn kicks it out to Madrina. Madrina shot up, no good. Rebound by Bolin. 2 minutes left in the first half. Dyer kicks it out. Yoakum inside, mid-range floater, can't get the fall. It's going to be pinball around. Madrina's going to get it in as he saves it into Thomas. Thomas up the floor to Lacey Jr. Kind of stops, can't get the layup to fall as another foul on the floor. Preston Boswell takes a hit. It's just all about who it is on, and it's on the other number 4, Taylor McNeil. A little 4-on-4 crime. Boswell at the line. The Hilltoppers are now in the double bonus, and Preston Boswell will shoot 2. Boswell knocks down the first. Dyer will take a seat as Bryce Butler enters the game. As Boswell goes 2 of 2. 43-26, the Hilltoppers lead. Horn takes the inbound. It's going to be pinballed around the floor. Urbana keeps it. As McNeil gets it over, he sets it up to Horn. Thomas inside to Lacey. Lacey, baby hook high off the glass, won't fall. Rebound by Robinson. Robinson pushes the pressure. But Bolin thinks about the three, doesn't take it. Bolin, Butler to Robinson. Robinson inside, backs down to the defender. Hands it off to Bolin. To Yoakum. Yoakum, mid-range floater, gets this one to fall. Good offensive series there for the Hilltoppers.
Ben Hallett disagrees.
Urbana has the basketball. Setting up the offense. Thomas gets it in to Medrina. Back to Thomas. 10 on the shot clock, 45 left in the first half. Rainbow three, gets it to fall for number 4, Taylor McNeil. Yoakum for three, right down the other end. And the answer by Will Yoakum.
Too easy.
As Boswell's right there to try to save that one. His foot's out of bounds. It'll still be Urbana basketball. McKinney and Dyer into the game now for the Hilltoppers as Butler and Bolin will take a seat.
Yoakum this season came in as a 51% shooter from beyond the arc. And he won't get an easier one than the one he just got.
As this one goes out of bounds off of Horn's hand, Hilltoppers will have one last shot here in the first half.
Urbana has really struggled since Bradley had to go to the bench. Again, he was obviously their key ball handler, and there's a step down on just about everybody else.
Dyer will inbound and gets it into Pat Robinson. As Dyer puts a pump fake up, as everyone on the West Liberty bench says, one shot, Luke, one shot. As he will wind down the clock. 10 seconds left in the first half. To Robinson. Robinson will drive, contact made, he gets it in a fall. Pat Robinson. As that's how the first half will close out. Pat Robinson goes in with the contact and gets the teardrop to fall. The Hilltoppers are up 50-29. As, again, it's not a great first half for the Hilltoppers, but they still have the lead as we see Cub Varner at half court with Coach Hallett. Cub, take it away.
Coach, you talked to me before the game about playing Hilltopper basketball. You guys had a slow start. It looks like you got back into it. What are your thoughts on the first half?
We played well in spurts. I just think we got to continue to pass the ball. And I think when we pass the ball, we're a really good team. But this team's not going to quit. I told these guys before the game, we've got the target on our back, and I expect Urbana to come out and play a really strong second half.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Cub. The Hilltoppers up 50-29. We'll be back for the second half of play here on Topper Station.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world.
Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is Whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out, because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship. I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the alumni association. So like I go to like football games, some basketball games, any other like different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as like what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or like different things for the alumni association with what we should draw in towards like athletics. I'm going to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team. The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of like different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards like this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from like a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home. I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go. I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletics program would be fine for me. I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the Creative Art Therapy program at West Lib.
So now I'm heading to my Creative Art Therapy Assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of the scribble drawing for our art therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything, and the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head.
This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes, and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned.
The Creative Arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go?
Somewhere in the middle. So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates. There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from West Lib. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future
I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy. So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with. I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do, and I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with. Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now. West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes. West Liberty is certainly preparing me for the future and giving me a solid foundation to work on when I extend my education down the road. So hopefully that gave you some insight as to what it is to be a creative art therapy major at West Lib. So if you have any questions, go online and check us out.
Hi, my name's Allison Gemberling and I'm a pre-vet major, and today I'm going to show you what this major is all about. So now we're going to head into organic chemistry lab. The pre-vet program is to prepare you to go to vet school, so it has a lot of classes in understanding how the animal's body functions, learning about behaviors for that animal, and it's just very in-depth, and it also encourages you to go get experience elsewhere so that you are familiar with animals. The labs are also really hands-on, especially with organic chemistry. You get to do the experiments yourself, understand how the different chemicals work with each other. And then for animal experience, there's a lot of classes where you get to work hands-on with specific types of animals like birds, reptiles, mammals. So today we're going to my ornithology lab here at the Be Good Zoo. So we're making chicken candy today, and then we're gonna go out and give it to the chickens and see what they do with it. I chose a pre-vet major because I would like to go to vet school and hopefully work on becoming a veterinarian. So this program is definitely helpful in preparing me for vet school and helping me get into vet school with a lot of the different experience opportunities. As you continue in the major, especially your junior and senior year, there's classes like genetics, microbiology, parasitology. Not all are necessarily requirements to get into vet school, but it definitely makes you a better candidate, makes you look better, and it definitely makes you more knowledgeable going into vet school. You know a little bit more than everybody else. We're gonna go give enrichment to the chickens now. As for hands-on experience, I'm also a double major in zoo science, and West Liberty has a partnership with the Be Good Zoo, which is AZA accredited. So I get a lot of experience hands-on with animals there, which is really good experience for vet school. To know that you are familiar with exotics and know about zoo animals. I definitely have an interest in working with large animals, especially in a zoo setting. So having the Be Good Zoo here is really helpful for me gaining experience and understanding those animals. And I'm also in concert band, and I'm heading to practice right now with my French horn. I'm also involved in the band here at West Liberty. The band is just like a nice thing. It's a good break from all of the heavy science courses, and it's a good time, and I like playing music, so it's a good relaxer, and it's also great to be involved and meet people in different majors that are also involved in music. So today I'm at work at a local veterinary office. So when you look at veterinary schools and what the requirements are, they definitely encourage you to go get experience. So I took it upon myself to contact some of the local vets around this area, and I found one that has been super great and getting me hands-on experience, watching surgeries, helping with appointments, and it's been a really great opportunity to learn more about the practice. Now we're going to do an examination on this cat. West Liberty is definitely very affordable. I'm lucky enough to have an Elbin scholarship, so that definitely drew me here because it's a really good education and it's not crazy expensive. I went to school at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, and Dr. Loafman, the zoo science director, came and visited my junior and senior year to talk about the zoo science program. And I spoke with him and told him I was interested in veterinary medicine, and he said there was also a pre-vet major and that the zoo science program would definitely help towards getting the experience that you need to get into vet school. I hope this video gave you a better look at this program. If you need any more information, check us out online.
I'm Lisa. Today I'm going to take you inside my major, which is preschool and special needs education. Today we're off to my early childhood development class. The focus of the preschool and special needs education program is to teach to a diverse population, that being your special education students and your non-special education students. We also learn how to create independent programs for these students. Most of these programs that you learn, you can actually use for a general student population, but they're focused for special education or special needs students. For me, this program chose it because I have an older son who is on the spectrum. He has been my inspiration with this because I've had to fight hard for his education and his needs, and seeing that drove me to become a teacher and even help those parents with the tools that they need as they press forward in their students' journey. Today I'm headed to instructional technology where we're learning how to do Scribblebots.
What do you know about Scribblebots?
Like with most education majors, this major, you see a lot of hands-on learning in the classroom. We're not just sitting behind the desk, listening to the professors give their spiels. They actually immerse us into the activities that we would be teaching our students, and they let us figure out the same way that our future students would figure out things. Their goal in teaching us is to show us how our students would be critically thinking about these activities. It's an awesome experience overall because you are learning what ways to become a teacher while doing the activities that they're providing us. I did it! Today we are going to be observing at Creative Hands Preschool. During this semester, I had a requirement to observe a student in the classroom with special needs. It was a great opportunity because it let me see what it would be like to be a general education teacher with a special needs student in my classroom. It allowed me to see how I would create modifications for him to involve him in the classroom, to make him a part of the day-to-day routines, which was just a great experience overall. My next semester in this program, I will be in residency, which is we go into a preschool classroom and we get to observe and teach along with the teachers. And then the following semesters, we will actually begin our student teaching, which is where we're teaching the class, and that's where you get to use all the things that you've learned over the past couple of years and really see how it all comes together. And we're just spending time with my youngest in the park today. Way back in 2003, I graduated high school and I went to college for 2 years. And after 2 years, I decided college wasn't for me. So I joined the Air Force and became an aircraft mechanic. And I did that for 12 years. I decided to get out and go back to school. I am so excited to be able to go to school full time and learn something that I know that I'm going to be passionate about. I'm excited to be a teacher. I got to experience teaching in the military a couple times as a supervisor, and those were my favorite times in the military. That's probably why I'm on the path that I am now. Hopefully this gave you insight on my major. For more information, check out our website.
Welcome back into Topper Station. Isaac Basinger, Sean Ryan next to me. The Hilltoppers came out playing a little bit better in before that last media timeout, scoring a bunch of points to extend that lead to 50-29. But we got to see how we got there, so let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. To start off here, the first points underneath for Dalton Bolin underneath. Banks this one home. Then it's Will Yoakum with the reverse layup to make the score 6-2. Driving underneath for Urbana, but it doesn't matter anyway. Bryce Butler's right there to swat that one right where it came from. Now Boswell down the middle of the lane. Banks at home with a good basket. Bolin right there off the steal for the Hilltoppers. And then Yoakum with the three to increase the lead to 48-29. And then Pat Robinson right before the buzzer knocks down the basket, making this our halftime score 50-29. Let's take a look at some of the individual stats from the first half. Will Yoakum leads the way for the Hilltoppers in points with 17. Horn with 8 for Urbana assists. They have a little bit of the advantage there with Drew Thomas with 3. Luke Dyer has 1, along with a couple other Hilltoppers. And rebounds, Dalton Bolin ripping down 8 rebounds in the first half compared to Thomas's 2 boards. Take a look at some of the team stats from the first half. As we already know the score, the Hilltoppers shooting over 50% yet again, 57.6. Urbana with the 44.8 three-point percentage. Urbana actually holds the edge in front of there with the Hilltoppers at the moment, with them shooting 25% compared to West Liberty's 22.2. Free throw percentage, Urbana has not made one yet compared to West Liberty's 83.3. Rebounds, Hilltoppers have the advantage by 8. And then assists, Urbana has 4 more assists than West Liberty.
As we talked about off the air, we have gotten so spoiled. Just from an energy standpoint, we're like, I guess, what's wrong? Then you look at the scoreboard. They're up 21. They shoot 58% from the floor in the first half. And we're saying, what's wrong? And I think Coach Hallett alluded to it a little bit too. The one thing, it's not only energy. The ball is sticking a lot, and we're seeing a lot of one-on-one play on the offensive end from West Liberty, which is not what they want to do. You can see that by 19 made baskets for the Toppers, only 5 assists. Look for the energy and the ball movement to pick up here in the second half.
And as you said, the one-on-one play is not the Hilltopper style of play. They really just would rather just go in and play good team basketball and find the open shots. When they don't play as well in the one-on-one, they still scored 50 points in the first half playing one-on-one for most of the time.
Right, and I think what Ben, we kind of joke about it, that he's never happy. It's not that he's never happy. In a game like this, you get away with that. But it's trying to keep from building bad habits for down the road when you're not going to be able to get away with playing that type of basketball.
It's always the fact, always building to be better than something else. As West Liberty has the basketball to begin the half. Dalton Bolin from the pass from Boswell. Bolin goes up, contact made, no foul. This one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay here with West Liberty, 19 on the shot clock. As Dyer just chucks it up, it's going to be off Will Yoakum, turnover for West Liberty.
Maybe went to the well one too many times.
Petrina will kick it back to Bradley. Bradley still has to be careful. 3 fouls in the first half.
He really does, because you saw they're a completely different team without him on the floor.
Lacey underneath, kicks it out to Horn. Horn top of the key, 3 off the front iron, won't fall. Rebound by Alessandro, gets it to Dyer. Back to Alessandro. Back to Dyer yet again. Inside of Boswell, layup up and good. Count the basket, hoop and a harm for Preston Boswell.
He finally got it. You could almost see the relaxed and the sigh of relief on his face.
Preston Boswell heads to the line. He'll shoot another as he makes the original 3-point play. Preston Boswell now has 7 points for the Hilltoppers. As Urbana gets it into Mitrina. Deep pass to Lacey. Lacey goes for the slam, but it's going to be poked away. Great hustle play by the Hilltoppers. Bradley will inbound for Urbana.
I know they have watched that play on film and they've worked against it. It's perplexing that that long pass continues to haunt West Liberty.
Bradley on the right wing. Will drive, goes up, it's going to be poked away by Luke Dyer, but Bradley gets it right back. This pass goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Urbana basketball. And yet again, we see Luke Dyer with those active hands underneath poking that basketball away. But Bradley's hands are also active. He came and he poked it right back. A little bit of a standstill. As they are going back and saying here that Urbana or West Liberty never gained possession, so the shot clock will go to 19 seconds rather than a fresh 30. Lacey inside, Alessandro on a baby hook, and Lacey drops this one in.
Left-handed guy naturally, but boy, does he ever like to go to the right.
Alessandro on the left wing, thinks about the three, drives, hands it off to Dyer. Dyer's going to get poked away. Thomas now looks to move in transition. He uses his speed, goes down, but doesn't matter anyway. His shot's no good. Rebound by Bolin. Dyer, curl back, almost runs into Dyer. Alessandro. Boswell. As it's going to be a jump ball. Possession is in favor of Urbana. And Coach Allett said he's seen enough, and he puts the next four in.
There's just too much dribbling. That's the problem. That's what the coaching staff is upset with. You have to move the ball and gain the advantage. That's what West Liberty does.
Yoakum stays for the Hilltoppers. The next four in is Butler, McKinney, Robinson, and Hazelbaker. Bradley stuck in the corner. He's going to move. He's going to jump, and that is a travel. And that's classic case of classic pressure by the Hilltoppers.
West Liberty will let you inbound the ball right there in the corner. That's where they want it because then they can use the sideline as an extra defender. And that time, Bradley tried to get up in the air to pass over the top and decided against it a little bit too late.
As McKinney curls back, Yoakum for three, off the mark, rebound by Robinson. McKinney thinks about the three, uses the speed to get around, and he gets the easy layup.
Easy blow by that time. As a defender, you don't want to run out at a three-point shooter standing straight up.
Urbana gets it across, and they will set it up. Bree Horn gets it to Bradley, back to Horn. Then Rincha shot, not even close, rebound by Yoakum. Bryce Butler to the top of the key. McKinney puts a move and goes up. Ball's going to be knocked out of his hands, goes out of bounds to be West Liberty basketball. Darius Barksdale comes in the game for Urbana. McKinney will inbound, gets it into Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker's open for three, and he drains it. Owen Hazelbaker.
I don't think you expect him to take that shot, and then he does, and he makes it.
And we've seen him in practice. He's almost automatic in practice, so it's not, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in this scenario.
Come on, Pat, in a stance.
Lacey. As they move it all the way into the corner now. Thomas takes a baseline, kicks it out to Bradley. Bradley inside, jump stop, mid-range jumper, back iron, can't get it to fall. Battle for the basketball, McKinney's gonna win it. Hilltoppers have numbers, they're gonna move it. Robinson. Underneath, stops his dribble, back up top to McKinney. McKinney's gonna get it poked away by Bradley. Bradley's gonna go the other end, and he's gonna say, get that out of here. Malik McKinney with the block. Yoakum out, Robinson for three. Front iron, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Lacey. Bradley goes inside again. Foul's called. As the foul's on Pat Robinson, his first, team first of the second half. Smith is in the game for number 0, Drew Thomas. Hilltoppers have the 58-31 lead, 16:04 left in the second half.
If things continue the way that they are playing out right now, Ben Hallett's not going to be happy at the end of the night, I'm just telling you. Because it's been a while since we've seen this where West Liberty has fallen back into its bad habits.
Hazel Baker for 3. It's good. Owen Hazel Baker knocks down another. Urbana will push it with some pressure to Lacey. Lacey goes up against Hazel Baker, size against size. Lacey makes the basket and Hazel Baker commits the foul. That's going to be Hazel Baker's second, team second. Dalton Bolin comes in the game for Will Yoakum. (61-33), the Hilltoppers have the lead.
That's one of those ones that Owen will learn from. Can't allow Lacey to catch that ball so close in. Gonna make him work a little bit.
As Robinson gets this one poked away. Smith, 2-on-2. Smith's gonna take it himself, and McKinney says, get that out of here yet again. It's a block party at the ASRC. McKinney's pass inside to Bolin, muscles it up, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, puts it up again. He's going to be fouled this time. He puts it up for a third time, but it doesn't count. As the foul is on number 12, Caden Smith, his first, team second. As we have a replay here, it's Malik McKinney on the other end. Just comes in and just, here it is, I'll give it right back to you. Bolin at the line. First one, nothing but net.
Dalton now with his second consecutive double-double.
Second consecutive double-double, a 15:06 remaining in the second half. As Bolin makes a second one. 30-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Smith's going to try to inbound it. It's going to be poked away by Hazel Baker, tries to save it, can't. Still Urbana basketball. Urbana has everyone here in their own backcourt. Lacey gets it. Sends it up to Barksdale. Barksdale gets up to Lacey. Lacey goes for the slam, and he puts it home. Robinson hands it off to Bolin. To McKinney. Gets it to Robinson. Robinson's going to drive on Smith. Puts up the floater off the iron. Can't get it to the fall. Rebound by Bradley. As Bradley comes up, but he's not going to be able to control. He turns it over. Gets it to Bryce Butler. Butler drives. Kicks out. Bolin for 3. Off the iron. Can't get the fall. Rebound by Ashley. Lacey streaking down the end. Going to go mid-range jumper. He gets it to fall. And what just a great athletic play there by Mario Lacey Jr. Lacey will shoot the one after this timeout. The Hilltoppers lead 63-37. We'll be back here on Topper Station.
I'm Jamie Bordas. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice.
Welcome back. Sports broadcasting here in the Topper Station crew. Join the West Liberty student crew. It's open to all majors, scholarship, work studies, and you can find more info at westliberty.edu/all. Arts and Communication. As you see, we have our wonderful crew here tonight, a full crew tonight. As you see, Maria is working wide camera for us tonight, and a wide example here of multiple different majors. Maria is an education major, and she's here working a basketball game running camera. What the student crew is open to anybody, and it's always a great time. Hilltoppers are up 63-37, 14-23 out of this media timeout. Mario Lacey Jr. heads to the free throw line. Lacey shoots this one, and he knocks this one down, as that is the first free throw made for Urbana tonight, and first by Lacey.
Who just left the ball game after that free throw. He came up a little gimpy after taking that fall on that last play.
He definitely did walk over to the bench gingerly, as Bradley just picks up his 4th foul. He tried to be a little too aggressive this time, as Luke Dyer is there, as Bradley will now take a seat.
He's asking his coach to please leave him in.
Boland on the wing. Hands off to Dyer, but they're going to get Dalton Boland with the offensive foul. His second, team 4th. McNeil inbounds it to Smith. Smith gets it poked away. He gets it back, chucks it up to Ashley. Ashley underneath to Keegley. Keegley can't get it to fall, but Ashley's right there to pick it back up, and he gets a wide open layup. Dyer tries to find the backdoor cut to Preston Boswell. Eventually kicks it out to Alessandro, to Boland, who gets it back to Boswell. Out for Yoakum for 3. It's good. Will Yoakum knocks it down.
Beautiful assist from Preston. Drew 3 defenders, which left Will Yoakum wide open.
McNeil almost loses it, gets it back underneath to Keegley. Keegley goes up and he banks it home.
That's a tough bucket right there.
Tyler Keegley, the 6'7" sophomore. Luke Dyer finds Yoakum. Boland open for 3. Front iron, and no good. Urbana gets the rebound. Smith underneath the Keegley again. Keegley goes a little too strong this time, gets his own rebound, and he finishes the play. Luke Dyer at the top of the key. To Boswell. Alessandro open for 3. It's good for John Alessandro. 12:28 left. As they're going to get an offensive foul on Kegley. Elbow went a little too high. That's Kegley's second foul, team 4th. Bryce Butler in the game. Dalton Boland takes a seat. Butler, as they get another offensive foul against West Liberty. This one is on Will Yoakum. His first, team 5th. McNeil will inbound for Urbana. Smith now gets it across half court from the pass from Horn. 69-44, 12-14 left in regulation. Horn will drive and he gets it to fall. Dyer finds Yoakum. Up top of the key, Butler for 3. He rattles it home.
3 straight threes from 3 different people.
The Hilltoppers are definitely getting it done a little bit better from behind the arc so far in the second half.
Pass the way, boss.
Has a lot to do also with the type of looks that they're getting because of ball movement.
That's an open look there from McNeil. That one might have touched the ceiling when he let go of it. And it doesn't hit anything on the way down. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Hilltopper basketball.
Boy, when he shoots that basketball from beyond the arc, it gets up there.
He definitely wasn't playing in some small church when he grew up because the ceilings would have been low there. Butler in the corner. Boswell sends to the other side. Alessandro off the iron. Rebound by West Liberty. Dyer's going to try to dial it up from long range. And a rebound by Ashley, who gets it to Smith. Around 11 minutes left in regulation. The Hilltoppers are up 72-46. Smith sends it back over to Ashley. Ashley for three, no good. Rebound by Bryce Butler. He's going to push it, gets it up to Dyer. Dyer puts a spin move on him underneath. Boswell, he's found and count the basket yet again for Preston Boswell.
Start to finish, an incredible play by Luke Dyer, who despite that spin move was still able to keep his wits about him and see the wide open Boswell underneath. He goes up, gets the body and the basket.
Again, just another great play by Luke Dyer. You might not see him on the stat sheets under the points that very much, but he makes the little plays out on the floor that make a huge difference for this Hilltopper team.
You're exactly right. And tonight you won't find him on the score sheet at all as far as points go.
Hail Mary pass down to Kegley. Kegley has a wide open, and he's going to lay it home.
It just cannot continue to happen.
Yoakum, Euro step, gets in the fall with the move from across the ocean. Kegley, as they get the foul on Yoakum, saying that he was within his sphere here. As actually called the foul on Preston Boswell.
I hate that call, to be completely honest with you. Not it being called right there. The rule in particular, all the time. It's just, you're going to punish somebody for being too good at defense.
As Smith has a wide open lane to the basket, and he's going to get this one to fall.
West Liberty's got to get that figured out, and they have to get it figured out in a hurry. You know, way too many easy buckets each game just by simply running and throwing the ball down the floor.
Butler's shot's blocked, but he continues to work, and he gets this one to fall. At first you don't succeed, then try again.
That's a big boy bucket by Bryce.
That's a steal, and there's Luke Dyer on the score sheet.
Everybody that has played now in a Toppers uniform is in the scorebook.
2-on-1 at the other end. And getting it to fall is Mike Ryan, number 13. Boswell into the corner to Butler. Butler needs to get rid of it, and he does. Backdoor pass to Yoakum is going to be picked off by McNeil. McNeil curls it back to Smith. His shot's going to be blocked from behind by Yoakum. Butler to Yoakum. Oh, he couldn't get the slam to fall. Butler's right there. His shot's going to be blocked. As Smith will just slow it down here just so everyone can catch their breath. Three here, up and good for McNeil. (81-55), 8:50 left in regulation. Pass inside to Butler. He makes it and count the basket for Bryce Butler.
He went down hard on that play, hit the stanchion.
He comes up. He's looking okay. There's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take it with him. West Liberty leads Urbana 83-55. We'll be back on Topper Station.
Your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away.
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back. The 20th year of the ASRC, the home floor of the Hilltoppers. The Toppers debuted the ASRC in November November 24th of the year 2000. It was a win over Ohio University Eastern, 89-77. West Liberty University Hall of Famer Michael Gebbia scored 22 points in that opener here at the ASRC. Tonight is the ASRC's 200th conference doubleheader.
Of course, Michael Gebbia now has been the coach at his high school alma mater at Wheeling Park for, boy, it's got to be over 10 years now, which is hard to believe. He's doing a great job there with the Patriots.
We come back, Isaac Basinger, Sean Ryan. Bryce Butler at the free throw line, shooting 1. As he makes the free throw, 84-55. Thomas kicks it back to McNeil. Back to Thomas, they get it back underneath. Horn back to Bradley. Bradley on the floor. 4 fouls for Bradley. He's going to have to be careful. Bradley chucks up the tray. Off the mark. Rebound by Butler. Butler throws in a no man's land. Is going to be picked off by Mike Ryan. Ryan goes down. He's going to be fouled. As the foul is on number 11, John Alessandro. His second, team 7th. Urbana will be in the bonus for the rest of the way. Ryan will be shooting 2. Off the back iron, can't get it to fall. Mike Ryan, the 6'7" graduate. His former school was Ashland, as he can't make either. Bolin takes a point on this possession. Finds Robinson. Bryce Butler. Alessandro on the left wing. Cross-court pass to McKinney. McKinney kicks it out. Butler, 3. This one off the back iron, can't get to the foul. Foul underneath. And it's going the other way.
Out of town game of interest. Charleston leading Concord by 9 in the second half. Of course, UC and West Liberty came into tonight tied for first in the Mountain East Conference.
1-1 here for McNeil, as he can't get the fall. Rebound by Dalton Bolin. Bryce Butler to McKinney. McKinney drives, puts the brakes on, and gets the easy layup. What a play. McNeil looking to get it across half court, gets up to Bradley. Bradley drives, kicks it out. Horn for 3. This one's good. Alessandro on the right wing will control it. Good pass inside to Bryce Butler, who finishes.
Butler becomes the 5th Hilltopper in double figures.
Thomas drops it off underneath as Mike Ryan can't finish the play. Rebound by West Liberty. Bolin. Euro step, but couldn't get away with this one. This one's going to be a travel.
Just too much. Move the basketball.
Urbana's looking to get it across half court, and they do. Keegley again.
Nice.
Great pass underneath to Pat Robinson. 90-60, the Hilltoppers have a 30-point lead. Bradley comes down with his speed, kicks it out to Horn. Back to McNeil. McNeil's 3. Front iron, can't get the fall. It's going to go out of bounds off of Dalton Bolin. Be Urbana basketball. Barksdale back in the game.
6:17 remaining. West Liberty at 90 points, looking for the 8th straight time that they would have eclipsed 100.
3 by Bradley, in and out, no good. As Dolan Boland's foot was out of bounds. It's going to be Urbana basketball, reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. Pass into number 11, Darius Barksdale can't handle it, goes out of bounds. Hilltopper basketball, 90 to 60, 6:06 left in regulation. The Hilltoppers receiving votes in the latest poll, as the only other Mountain East Conference team ranked is Charleston, as they came into this week at number 21.
It's surprising to me how difficult of a time West Liberty is having getting back into the poll, considering before they were knocked out of it, they had the longest D2 run of all time. Yeah, I have a hard time believing there are 25 teams better than West Liberty across this nation.
Robinson can't make the free throw. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be West Liberty basketball.
In fact, 2 of West Liberty's 3 losses are to ranked teams. Damon from New York and, of course, UC.
Boland mid-range jumper. Can't get it to fall. Rebound underneath. But a putback is no good. Urbana is going to look to push it. Up to number 11, Darius Barksdale makes the basket, and he's fouled. Barksdale is at the line. He can't knock it down, 90-62. Alessandro to Robinson. Robinson will curl back out. Boland thinks about the 3. It's to Robinson. Robinson hands it off. Boland, outside shot. Can't get it to fall. Battle for underneath. Kegley takes it down. Contact man underneath. No foul called. And you have to give credit to Jordan Bradley. He is a ball of energy on the floor, and he's moving around the floor very quick. Bradley sends it over. They get it into the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Barksdale to Thomas. Thomas can't knock it down. Rebound by McKinney. Under 5 left. Yoakum for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Pat Robinson. Loses it underneath. Looks to kick it back out. It's a battle for it underneath. As they're going to call a jump ball. It will be West Liberty's basketball. But we're going to have a timeout on the floor before that. So we're going to take a break with them. The Hilltoppers are up 90-62. We'll be back here on Topper Station.
On today's Restoration Minute, we discuss Panhandle cleaning and restoration by the numbers. We have 3 locations, Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. We employ over 150 employees, have 175 specialized vehicles, and have 7,500 pieces of industry-specific equipment. We have worked in 17 states, and our employees work an average of 756,000 hours each year. This has been a Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration Minute.
Welcome back. The Toppers' next game is this Sunday, January 26th at 4 p.m. at the McDonough Center in Wheeling, West Virginia, as the Hilltoppers take on Wheeling University. You can watch that game on topperstation.com, Comcast Channel 14, and get live stats, game notes, and more on hilltoppersports.com. Let's take a quick look around the Mountain East Conference to see some other scores right now. West Virginia Wesleyan's up 67-59 against Frostburg State. Wheeling knocked off their opponent tonight as they won 75-61. Fairmont State currently holds a 5-point lead at Davis and Elkins. Glenville has a 10-point lead on West Virginia State as they lead 94-84 with about 5 minutes remaining in that game. And the last score we're going to touch on is Charleston has an 83-64 lead with around 4 minutes left against Concord. Three is up and no good for the Hilltoppers, but Luke Dyer's right there to clean up the mess as he gets an easy layup underneath.
And then Hazelbaker made that play by getting up to tip the ball, the rebound back to Dyer.
Bradley sends it over to number 0, Drew Thomas. Kegley to Bradley. And in the corner for Thomas. Thomas thinks about the three, doesn't take it. In the paint now, mid-range jumper, gets this one to fall. Quinn Hiles on the right wing, newly entered topper. Bryce Butler will drive. Kicks into the corner for Hiles. Hiles will take it himself inside. His shot's going to be blocked. Taken now by Thomas. Bradley thinks about the three, moves inside. Thomas shoots a three, can't get it to fall. Hilltopper faithful thought he might have taken one too many steps on that possession.
Without a doubt.
Hiles takes it on the baseline, sends it out. Butler kicks it out. Hazelbaker for three. Off the back iron, can't get the fall. Butler was there to get the rebound, but can't bring it down as Bradley does. Toppers need 8 points to eclipse the century mark. Bradley, he's going to take the three. He knocks it down. Jordan Bradley. 5 points on the night, but it seems like he does a lot more than those 5 points shown on the stat sheet. Hazelbaker sent it to Butler for three. He knocks it down at the top of the key for Bryce Butler.
Bryce now 14 points, go along with 7 rebounds.
Quinn Hiles gets a steal. Move underneath, can't get the fall. Boswell goes for the putback. He's going to be fouled as Preston Boswell headed to the free-throw line.
Nice effort that time by Hiles, reading the pass and getting into the lane.
That would have been a pretty tough basket if he was going to be able to knock that down. A little bit of a bigger man trailing him. He had to know he had to do something a little bit special there. As Boswell knocks down the first free throw.
Got to use the old guy tricks. In that situation, you want to kind of lean into the guy. Not put the shoulder down, but just jump into him with your body. Creates a little bit of separation.
Boswell looks to shoot the next one.
And honestly, the guy who was just making free throws right there, what I was talking about with the using your body, nobody does it better than Preston Boswell.
30-point lead for the Hilltoppers, 97-67. Smith, who just entered back in the game, will drive. Gets the basket to fall. The foul's on Luke Dyer. This will be Luke Dyer's first foul. A little bit of a tidbit here on Luke Dyer. Luke Dyer is ranked number 2 nationally in the assist-to-turnover ratio. He's only committed 14 turnovers to playing 357 minutes. That was before coming into tonight's game.
Needless to say, that is impressive.
Hilltoppers moving the basketball on the floor. Hazelbaker to Butler. Just about 90 seconds remaining. Boswell is going to drive. Contact made. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Kegley. Smith controls it for Urbana. They slow it down, just looking for an open shot. Inside of Kegley. Kegley's jumper in and out. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Bryce Butler. Luke Dyer kicks it out. Corner three. Hiles' shot's going to be blocked by Smith.
They're not going to get to 100 tonight. Doesn't appear.
As Hiles takes it off the deflection. He's going to take it himself, and Quinn Hiles with a beautiful move to the basket. A little bit of a fake out there for Quinn.
In all likelihood, they're going to come up 1 point short.
As this one's in and out, no good. It goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Urbana.
Fans still fired up about the ball going out of bounds with 20 seconds left.
I imagine the fans are not talking about their plans for after the game there. As that shot's in and out, no good. Smith will curl it out. He's going to take it himself here. Gets it over to number 35, Freeman. He can't make the shot either. Rebound underneath. And he can't make that one, and that's going to be it here tonight. As you mentioned, Sean, the Hilltoppers can't get to 100, but in classic West Liberty fashion, if they can't get to 100, it's going to be 99. They're going to do it the best you can. Another great performance by the Hilltoppers tonight. Hilltoppers win tonight by 29 points. As our sideline reporter is down on the court with Coach Hallett. Cub, take it away.
Coach, before the game we talked about how your bench guys come in and have a big role. Everybody on your team did score a point tonight, and I think you just had a lot of that energy from your bench. What does that help your guys on the floor do?
Our bench guys were just okay. I thought we struggled today as a team. I don't know if our guys are looking forward to Sunday versus Wheeling, because that's everyone's talking about that game. But I thought today was just a big time struggle for us, both offensively and defensively. But it'll give us something to look at on tape. Hopefully we can correct these mistakes, because if we play this bad against some of the teams we have coming up on our schedule, we're going to lose.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck Sunday.
Thank you, Cub. Again, the Hilltoppers come out here tonight and win 99-70. And what are your thoughts on what Coach Hallett said?
Coach Hallett is always looking for something to improve upon. I'm not going to go to that they played badly. I will say they played okay. But his message is right on in terms of if they continue to play at this okay level against some of the guys that are coming up, it's not going to end well. From start to finish, some of the bad habits returned. We thought we had gotten past those as the group matured a little bit, but the ball was sticking on the perimeter, way too much one-on-one play, and just effort. I don't know that effort was there. It was kind of I'll use the term again, it was a business-like performance. You come here, you throw the ball out there, and you beat a lesser team. You're not going to win in the long run doing that, and that's what we're looking toward. Not necessarily tonight, where you look up the scoreboard and it's a 29-point win. If you play okay against the Charlestons, against the IUPs and other teams in the region, okay is going to get you sent home for the year, and this team is too talented to bow out early.
They definitely are, as the Hilltoppers get the big win here tonight against Urbana, but they have a bigger contest coming up this Sunday at the McDonough Center at 4 o'clock. As I mentioned, this Sunday, the game was originally Saturday. It's now moved to Sunday against Wheeling. You can watch that game on topperstation.com, Comcast Channel 14. Find everything that you need to before the matchup at hilltoppersports.com. We have to say thank you to Don Clegg, who does a great job with the game notes. We have to say thank you to our crew here tonight. Director Trent Nicholson, Lauren Fridley, also in the truck with Beth Allen, Aisa Wagner, our cameras, Aaron Jeffrey, Joel Porter, Maria Murphy, and you have to also give credit to Kat back at Master Control for Cub Varner, Todd Ullum, Sean Ryan. I'm Isaac Basinger saying good night. See you next time on Topper Station.